What's up, y'all? It's Antoine Winfield Jr., safety for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
What's up, y'all? This is Jahad Wolf from the New York Giants.
What's good, y'all? This is Sterling Shepard.
This is Justin Tuck. This boy, Black Bears, Super Bowl 42 world champion.
Chris Godwin from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
What's up? This is Saquon Barkley. Next one is the second.
Yo, this is Mike Evans with the Tampa Bay Bucks.
And we about to go live on Flag on the Play.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back. Another episode of Flag on the Play, episode 58. Your boy Trey's back here. Another episode with the guys, Trey, Young, Donnie, Durag, Matt, Nigel, Riddell back in here, Champ back, my boy JJ here. About to see that fuck nigga tomorrow. But how y'all feel?
Good, man.
I'm good,
You chilling, bro?
Yeah, it's been
Good, man. Hey, chat. Trey finna catch us suplex tomorrow, man.
Yeah, man.
Ooh.
Hey, yeah, suplex crazy. But if any of y'all live in Atlanta, bro, let me know, bro. Because I go to Atlanta tomorrow, going to the Bucs game. Me and JJ gonna be there. It's gonna be lit. But I'll start off with the Sunday night football game. I'm gonna start with you, Trey. You know, Ravens, Bills. Two things to talk about, but I'm gonna start off on the Bills side first. Because like they first real team they really played belt to ass. So want to start with you, Trey, on the Bills on Fraud Watch?
Okay, so this is my thing, right? I don't know if the Bills are necessarily on Fraud Watch, if for no other reason. For me personally, if everybody else wants to say they're on Fraud Watch, it's cool. For me personally, I've never been of the mindset of saying, hey, the best player on our team is the quarterback. We just took his best weapon and sent it out the door. So now he's going to become better because we just took away his best weapon. I'm sorry. I don't believe in addition by subtraction when you're subtracting top tier talent. Sorry.
But Trey, but Trey, they doing better with that. What? They doing better with that.
Trey, you know me.
Hey, Trey. I didn't say.
I know you trying to
say these bad things.
You trying to get your shit off right now?
I'm not getting no shit off. I'm not even trying to troll. I'm just saying. For the 3 straight weeks, I get added on Discord, texted. Oh, this not going out, Stephon.
You already know how that goes.
And I don't get no ads when them niggas look like shit. I don't get no ads.
Look,
I'm just saying.
All I'm going to say is this: I'm not calling them frauds or putting them on Fraud Watch because I never had them at that level.
Okay.
I had them as okay. They still have a top tier quarterback. They'll make some noise because he's a damn good football player. But at the end of the day, Patrick Mahomes still is alive and playing for the Chiefs. He ain't playing well, but he's playing. So, cool. Until further notice, the AFC belongs to him. So, everybody, including the Ravens in that, I'm just like, until I see y'all do it, I'm not betting against Kermit the Frog no more. Okay, I've learned my lesson. I'm not doing it. Sorry. The rest of y'all can do it. I'm not doing it no more. So,
I'll stand with you right there, my brother.
Young?
I'm not betting against.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with Trey. The expectations for me of the Bills was never nothing crazy. I thought Josh Allen would take the step he's taken and be more efficient, which he has, just because there's not really anybody to hone in on the offense. He's not hyper fixated on Diggs. That's not a shot at Diggs. That's just Diggs is great. You got to get him the ball 10 to 15 times a game, but there's no excuse if you don't. But yeah, they played the Ravens. The Ravens finally did what the Ravens should have did week 1, and that's run Derrick Henry into the ground. And you see, I told y'all, he's not a guy that you need 10 to 15 touches and he makes it shake. He's a volume runner. You have to let him – the more touches he gets, he starts heating up. And once he got that first one, I was like, oh, yeah, they're about to run this.
But again, I'm just talking about off-season shit. Nigga said Derrick Henry was
Yeah, and I never understood. He's taking a step back from.
No, about to say, hold on,
from
wait.
The peak. He's taking a step back. But
this is what I be saying, bro. This is what I be saying. I understand.
Washed and a drop off is different.
I understand he took
down
a
is
step
different
back,
than washed.
but the way I was trying to talk about Derrick Henry, like, oh, he barely top 10. It's like, damn. Like,
They were talking about Derrick Henry, how we talk about Dalvin Cook last. Like,
Or like Zeke.
or like Zeke. Yeah,
No, wait.
That's how
Still
we
too
talk
nasty.
about Derrick Henry.
Who's doing? Wait,
young
who's
man.
doing that?
He's exaggerating it, but like,
I'm exaggerating, but like it was never that bad of a drop off. We all
like Lamar and Derrick Henry is going to be one of the greatest.
The fact that Lamar is in the same offense with him just helps him out tremendously. I don't see why people didn't understand that.
And I was okay. So this is my thing, right? Just to jump back in, because I'm one of those people who's been telling Trent like, "Hey, Derrick Henry's still a damn good football player, but he's not the old Derrick Henry."
No,
even when he took off on that run, like young,
them knees ain't going up to his chest like they used to.
Hey, I was just about to say,
knees not going up to his chest like they used to.
You know what it looked like when he was in his prime. That shit literally looked like a train. Them knees was high, chest level. Boom, boom, boom.
They dragging a little bit.
V12 Pistons.
Yeah.
It looked like a good V8 right now.
Yeah.
Like,
still, again, that's still really good.
It's still fast, but it's not the Lamborghini years that it used to be. I'm sorry, it's not the Lambo.
I'm with you with that.
Hey, look, it went from a Lambo to a Rolls Royce. Fucking cares, bro.
Hey, it went to a Phantom. I get it. All I'm saying is for that specifically, yes, there's a little bit of a drop off, but he's still a damn good football player. I think the other thing, I just got to jump back in. I'm sorry, I'm dominating on this shit. No, that's not what that means.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, we not gonna talk about biomechanics right now. Y'all ain't ready.
Exactly.
Anyway, I'm gonna just say this, Trent. We've talked about this on other podcasts. I told y'all all this talk about devaluing running backs. They're not important. Blah blah blah. You don't need to run the ball. Defenses have caught up. I told y'all this last year, and everybody looked at me like I was stupid.
You're right.
I know how defenses work. They caught up. Spot drop don't work no more. Everybody's playing back. All these elite level athletes at the second level of the field. Them windows getting small. That's why all these passing numbers are down. Because you can't throw the ball like that. It's dudes back there. So you know what you're gonna have to do? Line up and run that ball. You know what the Ravens did? They lined up and ran that ball. They got a 300-pound fullback and a 250-pound running back and said, all right, let's get it cracking. Boom. I'm going to hit you with this sledgehammer until your skull breaks. Now what?
Exactly.
And the defense catching up with the offense so much. I just read the competition committee trying to make it so where touchback, it leads them to the 35 now. So that just go to show you how much.
Hey, all of you lazy GMs, go find you one of them 6'1", 250-pound thumpers that you would have thrown away as a camp body a couple of years ago. Slap a 45 on his chest and tell him, "Hey, we're running ISO."
Yes,
like, I know you not know football.
So real quick. So Donnie, you know you the big Josh Allen guy. You know you had is Joe King on Fraud Watch though?
Honestly, man, I think my biggest takeaway, because unfortunately I actually did not watch this game live. I was dealing with some school stuff, so I had to get that out of the way. So once I got my hands on it, I was able to watch the game. I think my biggest takeaway is they didn't pass the ball much. I think Lamar had like 22 dropbacks, something like that. From what I saw, and I haven't looked on PFF, I haven't, but from what I saw, and I might be wrong, I counted one pressure from someone on the Bills that was rushing from the line of scrimmage. I'm not talking about, like a slot corner blitzing or a linebacker blitzing. I'm talking about one of the people in the front four or five or whatever. I saw one guy get a win, and it was Ed Oliver once. Greg Rousseau, nothing. Von Miller, nothing. AJ Epinesa, nothing. Which was crazy to me because you guys know I was super critical of the Ravens offensive line going into the season. I had some big question marks. Ronnie Stanley hasn't looked the same in a while. They were starting brand new guards, Daniel Falele, and what's his name? Andrew Voorhees. I was not a fan of Roger Rosengarten, the rookie from Washington, after I watched him get spanked by Michigan in the Natty. But I gotta give him props, man, because that O-line has looked like one of the 10 best units, 8 best units in the league this year. And the Bills' pass rush has been good this year. Von Miller has been good. Greg Rousseau has been good. AJ Epinesa is probably one of the best rotational pass rushers in the NFL. And they just shut him down. And I don't think Allen, he didn't play his best ball. That's kind of obvious. But I think my biggest takeaway was not is Josh Allen on fraud watch, is that defensive line that was outperforming all expectations actually as bad as they showed in that game. And if it is, I don't know if you're going to win the division. I mean, currently you're in first, you're 3-1. Everyone else, Tua got hurt. The Dolphins are kind of a mess. Everyone knew the Patriots wouldn't be that good. Sorry, Matt. And then the Jets, we don't really know what's up with them. The pass rush for the Jets has been horrific, but that's another conversation. So it's interesting. So I still think they can win the division, but I do think the defense in particular has not lived up to the expectations that I kind of put on it. Thought they had a lot of guys who could take step forwards, and they just haven't. So we'll see how they progress throughout the season. Just move on to the next week. But that stings, man, because you guys got bent over and spanked. So that's all there is to say.
Do-rag, because you also King Josh Allen. Anything you do,
glorious King.
My glorious King, Josh Allen.
Yeah, man. That's a real football player right there. But yeah. Like Donnie said, spanked. Derrick Henry ran that ball down their throat. It was pretty bad. In terms of being frauds, I kind of like Trey said, I didn't think the Bills would be like crazy like contenders. I did have them win about 11 games though. No. All right, bro. Don't do that, Trent. I said don't do that. I had them win about 11 games. I said they might get a playoff win, maybe 2 at best. But I never really had them as Super Bowl. What?
JJ. You hear Do-rag right now?
What?
Just let him go, bro.
Have I ever had okay, like I said, I had them winning 1 playoff game, 2 at best. So is it fraud watch? I don't know. Cause I just think the Ravens were a better team anyway. So it's wait and see with the Bills. It's definitely a wait and see.
No, you are sad.
I'm sad for what?
You're sad. No, we're gonna talk about that. You're sad.
What? Now I'm sad. Okay.
Matt, are the Bills on fraud watch, bro? Are they on fraud watch?
No, it's just piggybacking off of what's already been said. They were never contenders in the first place, to me, at the very least. Obviously the offense is going to get worse, losing Diggs, and I'm sorry, adding Curtis Samuel doesn't do anything. Adding Keon Coleman
doesn't solve the Bills wide receiver problem.
Doesn't do anything. And then on the defensive side, it's even worse. No more Poyer, no more Hyde, no more Trey White. This is a completely different defensive team for the Bills. I never expected them to do anything crazy. I thought they were going to finish second, and to be fair, I still think they will, simply based off of what Miami's dealing with right now, plus the fact that my Patriots are just not good. So no, they're not on fraud watch. They're still on pace to finish where I expect them to, and I do expect them to still be in that division. So.
Nigel.
No, I'd probably say no. But we were talking before the season about if Josh Allen wasn't on this team would be winning 4 or 5 games, whatever. They'd be in number 1 pick talk. I think that also applies when he plays not. I don't think he played terrible, but he didn't play good. He didn't play that good. So when that happens and you're playing a somewhat formidable team, it's probably going to be the same fate. So I'm gonna say no, but I think they'll still compete for the division, which is what I thought they would do, and then they'll go into the playoffs. Josh might be able to win them a game, but that's kind of it, just based off the defense. The defense, they had been going up against easier opponents the first 3 weeks, so that defense didn't really have as much responsibility, especially when Josh Allen was rolling. But yeah, I'd lean no. I don't think they're frauds, because I didn't think they were going to go 13-4, 14-3. Like,
exactly.
Yeah, so
I did not say that, by the way. I just want
win MVP.
I didn't win MVP, but
how you gonna win MVP? How many?
I had him going like 11-6 or like 12-5, whenever I said.
No, I ain't saying you did. I'm just saying based on the way they looked the first 3 weeks.
I'm saying so.
Also, I don't win MVP is a thing that can still happen. It's not like he's like completely gone from it. So
I didn't say that. I'm just saying like I don't know. I feel like I'll just.
No, I get it. I get it.
Riddell, what you think, bro?
I guess it depends on where you had them in the beginning, but I do feel like some people are overreacting a little bit for this one game. I feel like the flaws of this team after the 3 weeks just got exposed, and that's kind of what I was expecting. I mean, I had the Ravens winning this game. I agree with what Young said. I really didn't like how they were using Derrick Henry, the Ravens, in the first couple of weeks. I was like, bro, give him the ball more. There was like this one game where it's like, like less than 15 carries or something, and they were barely using him. I'm like, bro, what's the point of having him if you're just going to use Justice Hill because you don't want to put Lamar under the center? I don't know. But this game showed how good this offense can be with Derrick Henry. As for the Bills, I still got Josh Allen as my MVP pick. I still think they're contenders with like the Chiefs, of course. Chiefs number one. But the two biggest things that the Bills had issues with that I was noticing is their run defense is skeptical, very much so. I mean, we saw that James Conner cooked, Devon Achane cooked, and Derrick Henry absolutely ate them alive. So the rush defense is a problem. I still think their pass defense is really good. And Josh Allen doesn't yet trust these receivers enough. There still needs to be more cohesion. I mean, this is, for the most part, a brand new receiving core. Kincaid's only in his second year. Curtis Samuel, Keon, and Shakir only broke out the second half of last season. I think they'll grow more. I think it will be all right, all things considered. But they do need to grow that cohesion. They need to figure out what that passing identity is. Losing Diggs was going to be a problem, obviously. He's a great receiver, but the team chemistry was shot. There's no way he could stay on the team. So with that said, I think they'll be fine. I don't think we need to panic, and they will still win like 11-plus games.
Champ?
No need to panic, man. No need to panic. Especially, look, you got to pay attention to what's going on around the Bills at this time. They're more than likely going to win that division anyway, especially considering how much disarray the Jets are in right about now with Aaron Rodgers and Robert Saleh. You know, the Miami Dolphins don't have a quarterback at this point in time, and the Patriots, they're in the rebuild mode. So they're going to at least win the division at this point in time. There's no need to panic. It's one game. But they are going to miss Von Miller because he's been suspended for the next 4 games. So going to be interesting to see what happens over the course of the next 4 weeks without him in that lineup and how they get to the passer now. But I digress. But as far as the Ravens is concerned, look, Todd Monken, look at me, man. Let me get up in this camera. Get up in here. You came from UGA. How did we win? We won running the damn ball. At the beginning of, did you not learn your lesson from last year in the AFC Championship? What happens when you don't run the ball? You didn't go get Derrick Henry for you to run him 10 times. You have to feed that monster. Feed him so much to the point where he run out of food and he won't eat you. So go ahead, feed that monster, continue to do it. And guess what, man? Look, we may very well see Derrick. I'm hoping to see this, man. We may be on the verge of seeing Derrick Henry get another 2,000-yard season, which I'm hoping we see that. And I'm hoping we do. First running back to ever get 2,000 yards twice in a career. I'm hoping that we see that. But, yeah, feed that monster, man, and just keep going, bro. Keep going. Keep going. You got your job by running the ball with what you did with UGA. Now it's time for you to keep that trend going. So, Todd Monken, stick to your guns, man. Stop trying to turn this team into something it ain't. This is a running team. Keep running that ball. You see what happens when you stick to your strength. Keep sticking.
Damn,
I mean, you're not.
Man, like, damn.
I mean,
yeah, damn.
Dude, it like goes even crazier. Like, you think about that Georgia team that he was on in 2022. Like, I mean, he's not wrong. What they do, they just ran the heck out of the ball. They didn't really have a true RB1 at Georgia, if I recall that year. There was a lot of flipping back and forth, but That was the bread and butter. And then what else did they do? They threw the ball to Brock Bowers because he had like 800 yards as a freshman, and then they threw their slot receiver, Ladd McConkey. Like,
So
you think they do that with Mark Andrews and Say Flowers a little bit more? But
yeah, I mean, it wasn't like Stetson Bennett had some good stats, but it wasn't like they were superb. Like he had over 30 touchdowns or something like that. Yeah. Which, stick to your strength, and you'll win. And you will win this. You will win this division. If you don't, you're gonna have a repeat of what happened last year in the AFC Championship. Stick to your strength and do what you need to do. Hey, you're not, and especially if you're pounding that ball like you're supposed to, you're gonna be able to keep these teams off the field anyway. Especially when you start playing Patrick Mahomes, keep them off the field, keep them standing over there on the sideline, watch the game, eat popcorn, stuff like that. So keep them on the sideline, and you'll win a game. Trust.
Yo, they.
That's crazy. Wow.
Hey man, hey, if you gotta get a hated on, man, you ain't doing nothing wrong.
They tripping. Yo, they chat too for it.
Chat on.
No, you didn't. What did he say a Diddy party? I mean, I can deal with Michael Hoover.
It ain't July.
So JJ,
what up, bro?
How you doing, JJ? How's your day going, man?
JJ,
pretty well.
JJ, do you think what you've been hearing right now on the panel? Because I know you think some people kind of feel me moonwalking, niggas look like Michael Jackson and shit. So are the Bills on fraud watch? If you want to know,
I got a lot to say, man. Look, one, I can't call them frauds if I already called what it was going to be anyways. I'm just going to be real. I already told y'all what it was. They ain't played nobody for real until now, right? But let's really get to the facts. Look, the Bills are going to be who they are because we already know. I think a lot of us agreed, except for Dave, who's over here being a bot, like I said.
What? What I say?
Two playoff wins?
I said, first off, when I said the Bills get 11 wins.
If you can get 2 playoff wins, you're a contender.
I said I give them 1, 2 at the very best, but even then, like I said, probably 1. I had them at 11 wins. I never had them win the division.
Wait, real quick.
I had teams better than them.
You have somebody winning an MVP with this team.
Yeah.
This is going to automatically just shit the bed in the playoffs?
No, there's better teams.
Okay, bro.
Anyways,
there's better teams. I didn't have them winning the division. There's just better teams.
My thing isn't with the Bills. I ain't got no problem with what happened to the Bills because I'm not gonna lie, I knew that was gonna happen. Like they finally played some. I knew what it was. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? But let's really get to the facts. All this Derrick Henry talk, you know what I'm saying? Respect to the man, respect the guy. You feel me? Right? But people are gassing it to the point where just because he went against a bad Russian defense, you see, this is what they need to do. The whole problem with the Ravens in general was never their rushing, and everyone knows this. It was never their issue. It's being able to get the ball out of your quarterback's hands through the air and having pass catchers. You know who the leading pass catcher was on Monday?
Justice Hill.
Bateman?
Justice Hill.
Probably Justice Hill. Yeah.
Justice Hill.
Yeah.
Right?
That's a name.
He saw like 5 passes.
Right. He's a guy, man. I'm just gonna be honest. He could be a leading receiver for some obvious for the Ravens, clearly. But my point is, your receiver, your number 1 receiver, only had 1 catch for 25 yards. And people are gassing, we knew Derrick Henry was gonna do this. We knew Derrick Henry was gonna do that. Derrick Henry never fell. No, it's not about Derrick Henry not falling off. You give Derrick Henry his carries, he's going to be able to go, especially with behind one of the best rushing teams in the NFL. He's going to be able to do this. So their rushing to me is never. Yes, you're going to add a better guy, but to me, it's not expansively, drastically changed because you can go down the list of what teams that he's played already. All the teams that he's gone up against, the Bills, they giving up big carries and big nights to everybody since they played. Like they started off, James Conner. He started off a little quiet, right? Gave him a little quick 50 yards and a TD, right? You feel me? 16 carries, and so you're like, okay. I mean, they looking a little solid week 1 though, right? It's week 1. Then you go to next week. While they beat the brakes off the Dolphins, Devon A-Chain is out there toting the rock, but no one cares because they're getting beat. They're getting beat. So why would you care about somebody toting the rock on you when you already losing by dang near 20, right?
How much did he run for?
He 22 carries for 96 yards. Dang near 100. Yeah. So then, right after that, ETN, once again, getting whooped. 11 carries, 68 yards, a touchdown. No touchdown, my bad. 6.2 yards per carry. They're efficient on these boys, but they're getting snagged because they're bad. You played 3 bad teams, right? So then, what did y'all expect Derrick Henry to go do? Did y'all just expect Derrick Henry to roll over and not be able to go rush on a team that already is giving up efficient carries to guys that's worse than Derrick Henry? Is that what y'all telling me? No, I'm not here. Like I said, in my opinion, the Ravens rushing attack was never gonna. It didn't take some drastic boost because you added Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, as long as you give him his carries, he's gonna be able to. What they needed to do so they can get over the hump in all these other areas is being able to pass through the air. That's why when I told y'all from week before the season started, I said that's not a crazy big thing to me for Derrick Henry joining the team because at the end of the day, they were making it work with Gus Edwards. What y'all needed to do was get the ball out y'all quarterback's hands and get it through the air. And so now y'all added Derrick Henry. Yeah, he's gonna be able to workhorse. He's gonna be your workhorse back all the entire time. That's respect. That's the slight boost that I gave y'all. But what about y'all through the air? Y'all haven't utilized Isaiah Likely ever since week 1. Y'all don't utilize Mark Andrews. You go look at all the other teams that the Ravens played. This man Derrick Henry after week 1, because the Chiefs clearly they have one of the best run defenses in the league. After the Chiefs, what did Derrick Henry go do? Oh, he went to the Raiders, who everyone thought the Raiders were gonna have a much better run defense, one of the best run defenses in the league. What happened? They got rolled over too by Derrick Henry, and that's unlimited carries, 18, and they've been giving up carries to They give up carries to Jerome Ford. He's bad, so it don't matter. It don't bro. I promise you, when it comes late down the season, when the Ravens need to go win these playoff games and all this stuff, and you see them in the same position again, not being able to get over the hump. Oh boy, y'all got Derrick Henry. That don't matter. It's not about Derrick Henry. It's about getting the ball off. Go ahead, Trey.
Okay. Let me just respond a little bit to that.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing you're missing is not necessarily that the Ravens' problem on offense is being able to throw the ball. It's not. The reality is it's balance. That's always their issue. The reason why everybody is so enamored with this game in particular is because the offense looked balanced. Mm-hmm. That was the reality of it. We can talk about Justice Hill having six catches or whatever, and Zay Flowers not having it. Zay Flowers, I hate to break it to everyone, Zay Flowers is not a number 1 receiver. No. He's not. I'm sorry. Usually the guys who are number 1 receivers aren't that small. And if they are, they're really, really special. Exceptional. Like Steve Smith types. He's not that. Really good football player. Not a number 1. So because of that, you have to be a point guard, spread the ball around. Yep. He did that. But the real thing that they need in that offense is a table setter that is not named Lamar Jackson. It doesn't matter if it's a running back. It doesn't matter if it's a tight end. It doesn't matter if it's a receiver. They just needed somebody to where the defense said, damn, we got to worry about that motherfucker too. Because for the last, I don't know however long, it's been stop 8. Stop 8 and the day is great. That's literally what it's been for every defensive meeting going into the Ravens for the last 6 years. You stop 8 and your day is great. Now he got Buddy in the backfield with him, and it's oh, okay, cool. Now 8 got a sledgehammer. Y'all just gave Thor that big ass hammer, dog. It's a problem because now Lamar's legs are a secondary issue. That's the problem for a defense. If you can't stop him, if you can't stop dudes, you're not worried about Lamar now. And now that gives him a chance to be more dynamic, which also opens up literally everything that their entire passing game is built off of. Yeah. So because of that, you have balance. That's the biggest issue here. It's not that Lamar hasn't been able to throw the ball. Because if you go back and watch that game, he put a couple of dots out there, including one.
I'm not saying I think Lamar can throw the ball, so that's not what it is.
I'm not saying you were saying that. What I'm saying is there were even matter of fact, there was one where Zay dropped it on the sideline. Everybody first thought it was oh, he just tried to throw that out of bounds. No, that was a dot. That was a dot. A beautifully placed ball. The only person who would have been able to catch that was Zay Flowers. If it was a spear, he would be dead. If it was a grenade, he would have been blown to smithereens. That shit was deadly accurate.
Yeah,
and he blocked it. Like that's part of the reason why he's not a number one. You wonder why he don't get the ball as much, and why Justice Hill somehow is getting 6 targets and 6 catches. Hey, if I throw Justice Hill the ball,
he's gonna catch it. Now, so look, and that goes back to my standpoint, right? How can you have balance is if your areas aren't still secure, right? If I gotta balance something, right? Like, just follow me. If I gotta balance something, if I'm laying a piece of wood across the table, right? My legs gotta be able to stand up, right? So regardless, Zay Flowers, however you want to spin it, they especially that last game, they did not. It was not about. Yeah, they got the ball to Justice Hill, but I still don't believe there was a true, real balance in the way of how you utilize your guys, right? Like for example, in week 1, if that was really the case, when we saw that, you saw that even though the game was ultra close, and yes, it's week 1, so we take it with a grain of salt, but you see how they were able to stop Derrick Henry and Lamar still went off on the ground, like you just said, right? And I acknowledge that, and you were right. Because Lamar, you still had to find a way to stop Lamar. You couldn't. He had 16 rushes for 122. You feel me? On the ground. But guess what? The ball was getting out through the air too. And they still had, like you said, the looming threat of Derrick Henry who wasn't overly utilized in that game because of the fact that they were stopping him, right? And so that's where I feel like, in general, when you want to do the true balance, and it doesn't, and like I said, their rush attack is always going to be elite. But now you add Derrick Henry, it's now you're just thinking about Derrick Henry. It's not because you wasn't thinking about Gus Edwards and all these other guys before that, and that's fine. I agree with you wholeheartedly, and that's what I told people even before the season started. I said, you're not thinking about them boys. You're thinking about Derrick Henry. But to maximize their run game in general, it's like, I mean, you threw in now a top 10 back. That's fire. But the way that Derrick Henry gets his stuff and how he gets to it, you're gonna cater. You're gonna get the ball to Henry, and then after that is get the rock to whoever, whatever, right? And I like it. These tight ends aren't being utilized to the highest degree like they used to be, and that's understandable. But like I said, they aren't being utilized in that sense. And we've been peeped over 4 weeks. Now this could change. This all subject to change. So chat, I want y'all to understand this all subject to change. And panel 2. But as of right now, I honestly still feel like they realize that, look, we got this big dude, 6'3", 250 back there, and we're gonna figure it out as the season goes on. But right now, if we want to win games and hold on to a lead, we're just gonna have to do it this way with me, Lamar, and Derrick Henry. If you had Tay Adams up there, respectfully, I'm not gonna lie to y'all want to see a real balance. In my opinion, respectfully.
I mean, I don't know about that. If you put a good receiver on that Ravens offense,
yes,
I look at it as if it's what was it, the Packers, right? Aaron Jones is no Derrick Henry, I know that, but he was a top 10 back. That is a true balance because you had Devontae Adams, bums at receiver, and then you had an elite running back. And you know what you did? You made that A-Rod, even though he was begging and complaining for a secondary receiver, I understand. He made that junk work every year, right or wrong, y'all.
Yes.
Well, and now we got respectfully, but look, we still got Lamar, who's still one of the best QBs in this league. I believe Lamar can make it work with one guy on the outside and his running back too, and using Justice Hill in the way he does. I believe that, and they still got tight ends. Come on, bro.
What if I told you that this week it was literally just by committee? Maybe people know, hey, when we start dealing with the passing game, we got to take away the middle of the field.
Yep.
Lamar likes to work the middle of the field. He likes to use these tight ends. Let's take them away. Okay, well, maybe we go back and watch that film for the Bills, and they're like, you know what? Yeah, no, Isaiah Likely and Mark Andrews are not going to beat us. And Lamar said, okay, that's fine. Justice Hill will. That's what you want from your quarterback.
Yep.
I think that's part of the thing that always bothers me with the assessment of the Ravens offense in particular is we ask for balance. We ask for Lamar to grow as a quarterback, to make the proper decisions, to take care of the football, to push the ball vertically. We ask him to find the secondary options when his first one isn't there. And then he does it, and we're still complaining. It's like, it's that damn Tyrese gift. It's like, what more do you want from me?
Look, and just to respond to that. Yeah, just respond to that. the thing is, Trey, I've been feeling like this ever after week 1. After week 1, you can literally visually see it, right? So you can say it's by committee, but even in a sense by committee, I honestly believe that and clearly because they're one of the best rushing teams in the league, and that's their identity. But I honestly believe it's literally run 4 times, pass, run 6 times, pass, all that. I swear. So if you want to call that balance because that's the style of their team, fine, so be it. But to me, a true balance, especially with I think the most balance in a way, in the sense of just what their team was doing, was against the Cowboys. In a way of, you still saw, who was it? You still saw Zay Flowers, the guy that you drafted, to go help your guy on the outside. You still saw him get his targets. You still saw actually Mark Andrews get the ball a couple times too, right? But not only that, Derrick Henry ran for 18 and 84. You feel me? So you're gonna have the game where then now when teams don't know what to choose, that's when when they finally choose which one you're gonna go to, that's when you hammer them down. I honestly believe that especially these last 2 weeks, I honestly 100% believe that they were teams, I guess, already automatically went to the pass, if you want to put it that way, and they just hammered them with the run to the point where it's just like every pass catcher, literally, if you go look, and you can watch the game too, they only had 1 catch. Now, I'm not saying that's their only target. They only ended up with 1 catch, except for Justice Hill. So, that's just the way like I said, the offense is, you could say it's by committee, but I definitely feel like it's run you to death, and then we'll get you through the air.
So moving on to the next game, start with you, Riddell, because you and I'll be side on you a little bit. You be pushing your agendas and shit. So I gotta talk about this game. Most embarrassing loss for the whole week. Jets losing to the Broncos. Bo Nix only had 2 passing yards. Yeah. Them losing. I think that's the most embarrassing loss of the week.
By far.
By far. It's not close enough. It's
I don't know, man. We just had 42 on us by rookie.
Bo Nix had negative passing yards at halftime.
But we know y'all defense ain't.
Yeah, we know y'all defense sucks. So
yeah,
we'll start with you, Gail, because I know how you feel about Garrett Wilson and shit like that. So do you think it's Garrett Wilson is looking like a little bit of a fraud because he ain't been producing because of course he got Aaron Rodgers with him?
No. Well, for me, he's not a fraud. My biggest thing when it comes to Garrett Wilson and like other players in general, I don't like to prematurely put people in certain spots until I see, okay, now the time is calling for you to be that guy. No excuses and produce. I do appreciate production. I wouldn't say Garrett Wilson's a fraud. The thing that I saw when it comes to Garrett Wilson and Aaron Rodgers that I feel like is a legitimate concern that I feel like could be fixed is that there is a lot of miscommunication between the two. I've been watching a lot of tape between the two, and it's like Garrett Wilson's running a route that Aaron Rodgers not expecting, or vice versa. And a perfect dichotomy of that is in that game when they could have wrapped up the game, it's over. Garrett Wilson was running up the middle. Aaron Rodgers thought he was going to run a more shallow route, or maybe he thought he was going to come back in. And Garrett Wilson kept on running his route, and Aaron Rodgers was like, "What are you doing?" So there's miscommunication between the two at the moment, which is something they have to fix. You could argue maybe if Aaron Rodgers was at the preseason or he was there in offseason more, maybe they'll get fixed. I don't know. I don't really care what you blame, but that is going to have to get fixed between the two. And not only that, one thing that I am concerned about is I was heavily pushing the Breece Hall is that guy agenda, and Breece Hall needs to lock in. I'm not going to lie. These last couple of weeks, he's explosive. He can home run hitter, but in between the tackles, he's not as consistent, and it's making me worry a little bit, especially with Braylon Allen looking like a truck. Bro, he's a dog. So the Jets have some problems to fix with the offensive play calling, and the connection with Rodgers and the team. And if they can't figure that out, I mean, Aaron Rodgers is going to go to the guy he trusts more, which is Lazard. And that's not what you want if you're the Jets. So I want to go fraud, but if he's top 10 like everybody's saying he is, then obviously he needs to do more.
All right, JJ, do you think I had to ask that Garrett was a question for Dale only because he's a very, very nasty individual. So the real question,
top 10, bro.
The real question is for you and for everybody else. Basically, still talking about the Jets. So, do we work? JJ, are you worried about the Jets being contenders?
No. But at the same time, I will say this though: That because I was talking to Dave, he might talk about it later, so I'm not gonna really get to it really on what he might touch on. But I feel like that defense was doing their job. That offense couldn't get going for real. And losing the 60 yards passing is literally insane. And so I can't give you no respect for that. I'm just gonna be honest. Like you go out there and you tell me you let Bo Nix go out there and throw 25 times, complete 12 passes, only had 60 yards, and they beat y'all by a point. That just tells me everything I need to know about where y'all are at right now as a team, and not as a team, but as y'all offensive as a whole. While A-Rod could have thrown for 200-some yards, y'all still not on the same page, all y'all together. And that's why I do agree with Riddell in a sense. Not only with him and Garrett Wilson, but I think that whole team, right? And so, not whole team, but that whole offense. And so, I'm just looking, and I went and looked even further. I thought all Bo Nix's yards came from
it went
3 receptions. And you could technically say it did. But
it absolutely did.
Troy Franklin, -2 yards. So he would have more. Huh? Yeah,
he
catches -2. It was another receiver.
Is that Troy Franklin's career high?
Yeah, -2.
Bro, stop.
So, you see this offense? This offense is very, very, very nasty with the fact that they only check down this, check down that, check this up, down, and down there. You feel me? It's all it is over there. It's just check down city. You feel me? And to be frank, some people was trying to tell me Bo Nix was gonna come out here. Oh, Sean Payton with Bo Nix? Oh yeah, he finna come out here bugging. You feel me? Yeah, y'all was chatting. Okay. Look.
You say name?
I respect that Buccaneers game.
I'm gonna be respectful and leave people, you know what I'm saying, under the rug. But look.
Now he want to be respectful.
Yes, I do. But look, I'm sorry. Look, I'm looking at all that -2. Like, if y'all really go look it down, some of y'all might be looking at it right now. He has 60 yards, and you could basically say they all came from Cortland Sutton because that was his only TD2 passing. But he threw the ball more than that, and clearly that's because all these other guys were getting negative gains. So, sad world we live in. Evil.
Champ.
I want to ask y'all a question, man, real quick, man. I have to ask this because I will be remiss. Why is we calling Garrett Wilson fraud when his quarterback hasn't been in camp much this year? Why? Ain't that your damn job? No.
What do you mean? Can you elaborate? Can you please elaborate on the case?
Because the thing is, you saw it when he came in on the back end of training camp when they was having these issues then.
How he came on the back end of training camp?
Say again?
How he come in on the back end of training camp? He was there for training camp fully. He just missed minicamp.
That's what I'm saying. You should have been there for minicamp at every single camp that it was. Because the thing is this. You wasn't able to build a lot of chemistry. You could tell from the jump. He wasn't able to build a lot of chemistry with these receivers from the jump. And it showed early on.
Okay, so this is where this is my disconnect. So, I hear what y'all are saying. But it would be different if minicamp was like a week, 2 weeks, almost a month. A minicamp is 3 days.
Yeah.
It's only 3 days. You're not gonna get that much shit out to where if say they're not connecting, I don't think mini camp should be the reason. It will be different if he missed training camp. Training camp is the whole month. Like late July, late July to August for the preseason start. Yeah. That's like where you build your connection. Like I don't think that's the issue. I just think they're just starting off. I just think they're starting off slow. That's just what it is.
You can start your connection right there, though.
Do you think if they
put this, you have
I say you can't start your connection there.
Bro, my nigga, 3 days, minicamp, bro. Come on, bro. Let's be for real.
Trent, do you think if they played in the preseason in real games,
no,
not at all?
No.
Because realistically, they're not playing the whole game. They would play a drive or two.
You're playing against real competition.
Playing a half of football.
But Riddell, the thing is, what they've changed during the week, they play those teams that they play on Saturday. They do way better. You get way better reps during the week than you do on.
Yeah, before preseason games, they have the what's his name?
Yeah, they have a live period.
Live practices. And nobody was saying this about Garrett Wilson and A-Rod in training camp because when you look at them training camp footage, Garrett Wilson was frying. A-Rod was frying. Like it wasn't
fake slide.
He was frying everybody.
So what do you think is the difference now?
It's the end of bro. Trey. I'll let Trey go. I'll let Trey go. Now answer the question.
Look, okay, this is what I think happened. I think everybody got way too excited about a 40-year-old coming off an Achilles injury. That's what I think happened here. Like every single one of y'all. Like the last time we talked about, matter of fact, one of the last pods I did for the off season, before I had to go back to work, and we were talking about Kirk Cousins, JJ, and I was saying, hey, why are we banking on a guy who's almost 40 coming off an injury that nobody has ever like fully recovered from, like ever. And me and you argued about that. And I remember, I'm pretty sure
I was talking about Kirk Cousins though.
Yeah, you were talking about Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, and I said he was more likely to do it than A-Rod. That's what I said.
And I told you, I don't think either one of them are likely to do it because, again, nobody has ever torn their Achilles and come back 100% from it. Not a single player. Guys have still had good careers after that. But, yeah, tearing it, it's not a thing. Also, no, dude in the chat, Adrian Peterson tore his ACL. Completely different part of the body.
That's different.
Didn't J.K. Dobbins injure his Achilles?
And J.K. Dobbins looks 75% of what he's
been cooking. I'm not gonna lie.
J.K. Dobbins looks like he's at 30% compared to his Ohio State days.
Yeah, like J.K. Dobbins at Ohio State, and what he looked like pre-injury in the NFL is a completely different player from what he is now.
There were talk of him being like a top tier running back prospect, and then he got those injuries in college.
Yeah,
and he just kept getting them. Like he's not the same guy.
Of course, but J.K. Dobbins has been playing well, and all things
but not nearly as good as he could have.
I quite literally just said guys can have good careers after, but they are never 100%.
Been looking nice too, Trey.
That's the other person I was going to bring up. Kirk has been playing good football.
Again, Trent, even with that, Kirk still doesn't look the same. And my point in bringing up all these other guys is, hey, all of these other guys are younger than 40.
But here's the thing, though. My thing is
that offensive line is still
what you're saying. But this is why I was getting annoyed though, because we would start talking about divisions in comparison to Kirk and these guys. When y'all was trying, I don't know why y'all trust Kirk and this. And the comparisons, what they was.
Trust either one of them.
You're not hearing what I'm saying. Y'all was trying to say, I don't know why y'all got the Falcons being clear-cut division, whereas it's not with Kirk. All I'm saying is you can still regress and not be the same, but it still be a big-ass improvement from what we've seen the year before, like we're seeing right now with the Falcons. Like, I think the Falcons are going to start getting on the road because, again, Kirk is starting to look good. I think the offense is going to start scoring more. I'm not going to lie, because that Saints game was bad. But besides that, in these other games, Kirk does look good. And they should have beat the Chiefs, but, they had to put the fix in for the Chiefs. But still, like, they've been looking good. And all I'm saying is, with A-Rod and Gabe, I still believe it because it's only been week 4. About A-Rod can be MVP still. They just starting off slow. That's just what it is. There's not no excuse around that. When you look at the Jets, they're literally just starting off slow.
And you gotta understand who, like, Garrett Wilson was. Patrick Surtain had him in jail. And
but even then.
No, I'm saying but like the week before that, he just hasn't been Gonzalez. When you're getting schemed to get taken out of the game, that's what people are not getting either. I'm not saying it's an excuse, but they are giving Patrick Surtain and helping towards Garrett. You see Mike Williams is making catches. Alan Zard is getting one-on-ones with no sell. Yep. You have to throw the ball that way. You can't just you can, but Garrett Wilson's not Devontae Adams. I will say that. He's not that level of guy. He's good. He's great. He's just not that guy yet. So I think it's just, again, you have to work out the kinks. It's week 4. We have a lot of the season left. This is really their first year playing together, truthfully. It's not like they have the reps that Devontae had. Devontae year one with Aaron didn't go berserk. It takes time. Like that's just what it is with the report. Same thing right now. Kirk Cousins and Drake London. Everybody's like, "Where's Drake London?" It takes time to get those kind of reps in, and as you see, they're starting to get him the ball more and things like that.
Okay, this is my only thing with that, yo. They don't have much time.
Oh, I agree with that.
Like,
I agree with that. That's why I think we need to go get Devontae.
This was supposed to be the easy part of their schedule, by the way, because now they're in Minnesota. This was supposed to be the part that
that's the thing I need people to understand. Aaron Rodgers is not the same player anymore. Like, start there. Aaron Rodgers, and we knew that, but I don't think it's really clicked in people's heads. Aaron Rodgers is not the same guy anymore. So start there. Secondly, the offensive line hasn't been great. Third, Robert Saleh. Hey, I ain't gonna say what it looked like, but what I am gonna say is what you never should do as a head coach. And if somebody in my life wants to correct me about saying this, I'm sure they'll see this clip and they'll correct me. You should never get on a podium and say, "Hey, we had 5 false starts today because our quarterback was doing too much with the cadence."
That was the stupidest thing. That was the stupidest thing he could have ever said.
He should probably stop that.
Hey,
I as somebody who used to work in the New York media, I'm just letting you know. I'm sure you already know this because Robert Saleh, you seem like a very smart dude. Saying stuff like that, it ends up on the back page as ammunition. I'm not going to say what it's ammunition for. I'm just letting you know that's ammunition.
Najee, on you though. You think that should we worry about the Jets being contenders?
We were defensive. I don't know. It's tough because I think we've been talking about Garrett Wilson. I think over the course of the season, we'll probably start to see him produce more. It was tough this game. Rain, Patrick Surtain was locked in. He was all over him. We talked about
and he's a bad matchup. Before. Like Garrett Wilson he's more finesse than physicality, and Patrick Surtain is every bit of physical and can run. Like that's a bad matchup.
That's why. Actually, I'll get to that later. But with the Jets, it's tough to call them like. I think they'll get it going though. I just do. Like I don't think I'm that concerned. If they were gonna lose to a team like the Broncos, it would be in like week 4 with rain. It's not gonna be like in week 15 with like playoffs on the line or something like that. So like I'm gonna say no. I'm not like super worried. I can't say I am. But the start hasn't been as good as it was expected to be, like I said earlier, because this was supposed to be the easy part of their schedule. Also, Bo Nix, by the way, because sorry, real quick.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Bo Nix, he had 60 yards. JJ was talking about Sutton had 60 receiving yards. He had -7 yards in the first half and completed like 7 passes. Like it was like the second half carried. Like he threw for 67 yards. It looked like he threw for 200 compared to the first half. But
said Bo Nix didn't work about a week. Hey, fact, real quick. Shout out to Grande. Make sure I hit the like button. We got 78 people in the chat. Make sure I like if you're new here, bro. But Matt, what's your takeaway?
Yeah, that was I had to go back and watch that game after because I was not watching that in real time. That was one of the most boring. That was the most boring game of the week. My thoughts on the game. Bo Nix, I've been saying this even when you were at Oregon. Like you're just not that guy. Like I'm sorry. I watch Bo Nix and I see I want to say an average quarterback, but I still feel like that would be generous. And I don't even mean that to be like nasty. I don't
do a lot of checkdowns. That's what I saw. And that's
like I'm seeing
that's also being nice. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. I'm seeing like 15% of what I saw of Mac Jones last year. Like it's not. I'm not really high on. I've never been high on Bo Nix in any way, shape, or form. For the Jets, Nathaniel Hackett, he needs to go.
He wants that.
I'm not even. I wouldn't even blame it on him, to be honest.
Oh no, I don't like his play calling.
This is Aaron Rodgers' offense. This is Nathaniel Hackett.
I don't want to hear that shit, man. Come on.
Aaron Rodgers.
This is literally A-Rod's offense. What do you mean?
Aaron Rodgers is almost.
That's why Nathaniel Hackett needs to go.
Calling the plays, and this is on him. If the offense isn't clicking, this is on him. I'm not, because I've seen Nathaniel Hackett with Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay
cook,
and we gave Aaron Rodgers credit.
Exactly.
Yeah. So right now,
Matt LaFleur didn't exist.
Matt LaFleur looking like a genius now. I'm not
Matt
going
LaFleur didn't exist.
You said what?
So
You giving Matt LaFleur credit for Aaron Rodgers?
Does he not get any credit?
He don't get any credit. I'm about to say shit. It looks like hey, the thing Hackett look better.
Because the offense that Aaron Rodgers ran. No. The offense that Aaron Rodgers ran with Matt LaFleur.
How much credit
what Jordan Love is doing?
Would y'all say Matt LaFleur, Aaron Rodgers had his best years under Matt LaFleur and Mike McCarthy? That's not including the Super Bowl, so we're not talking about him literally winning the Super Bowl.
Mike McCarthy.
When did
LaFleur
come in? Did he come in with any of his MVP years? Like his
LaFleur came in 19.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think honestly, I think there's an argument for both. Either.
I honestly don't, because I don't even remember if I'm right about this or not. But I could have sworn that Hackett wasn't even the play caller then. Even though A-Rod had a lot of control of the offense, I could have sworn LaFleur was still calling plays over there.
Yeah, and it doesn't hurt having
I don't remember.
The thing about it though, like when you talk about what Aaron Rodgers likes, and he's came out and said it, you can see it. He doesn't like the Kyle Shanahan, Mike McDaniel. Remember, Matt LaFleur is a Shanahan disciple. All the motion, all that deception to give you good reads, it's cool. Aaron Rodgers does not like that. Peyton Manning does not like that. Tom Brady does not like that because they're guys that they're good post snap. So you don't need to give me the motion stuff to give me stuff. So they want it to be still make you declare post snap so they can run what they want. So LaFleur, he was calling plays, but it was tailored to what Aaron Rodgers liked. That's why he played at an elite level. That's all they're doing right now. There's no motion. And you look at the Packers now with Jordan Love, that offense is completely different. Jordan Reed is motioning, or Jayden Reed is motioning. Christian Watson, it's so much different than what Aaron Rodgers is doing. So
that's why I said,
to be honest, I don't give no credit to any of those coaches because the offense, what Aaron Rodgers has done. So he gets the credit, he gets the blame. That's just what it is.
No, Rodgers does deserve the blame, but is Nathaniel Hackett not arguably the worst offensive play caller in the league?
He's not calling plays to me.
He's not doing. I really think he's calling these plays, bro.
Yo, wait. All right. Genuine question. What is Nathaniel Hackett doing then?
He is Aaron Rodgers' best friend because they sold the farm. They sold the farm to win a Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers said, "I want Nathaniel Hackett." Okay, we're getting you Nathaniel Hackett. They shouldn't get him. But
he says, "Yes, sir." Anytime you meet Aaron Rodgers, yes, sir, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
So Nathaniel Hackett is just there to be.
Wasn't even better than
Nathaniel Hackett is just there, so it's a safe space for Aaron Rodgers.
Yes,
it's his son.
Yes,
that's why Lazard is there. That's why Cobb was there. That's why.
No. I get that.
That's why Devontae finna be next, right?
Well, hey.
He deserves better.
No, but Matty,
no. I'm sorry. I just have a hard time believing that they brought in a coach to fill in the offensive play caller position to be emotional support for their quarterback. I mean, I know,
man. You know,
they did that for Russell Wilson.
Why did they bring in Randall Cobb?
That's what the Broncos got Nathaniel Hackett.
To do what?
Alan
they didn't bring in a 38-year-old Randall Cobb to be a wide receiver too.
Yeah, no, but that's different when you're filling in a receiver on your roster who's not really going to be doing much for you compared to an offensive play caller.
You're trying to make the transition from Aaron Rodgers going to Green Bay as smooth as possible because you want to win a Super Bowl. And honestly, you kind of sold your soul for it. What are you going to do, Aaron Rodgers? We're not getting you this. We're not getting you that. We're not doing that. That's stupid. You gave up a first and a second to go win a Super Bowl in this window you have. So you're trying to make it as easy and try to make it as smooth as possible. That's why Nathaniel Hackett is there. We all know he's not a good coach. We saw it in Denver. He should never get a job again. He did because he's Aaron Rodgers' best friend, and that's who he likes. So you get it for him.
Okay. I mean, I still think that would.
Natalie is dumb, but you got to do it.
It might
I get that. I mean, whether it's Rodgers to blame, Hackett to blame, the connection between Rodgers and Wilson, this does need to be fixed. Regardless, I think obviously. I don't think the problem lies with Robert Saleh though. I still think Robert Saleh is one of the best coaches in the league. What he said after the game, I can't really defend that at all.
Hey, at the end of the day, someone got to take the blame, and I'm telling you right now, we know it's gonna be. Shit, the fan. We know it's gonna get canned.
It's not Robert Saleh though, and that's who I know to not point the finger at. So.
Hey, that don't matter to the New York media. Downey,
what's your I know that. I know in the media. I'm just saying to me.
Downey, what's your takeaway? Should we worry about the
I mean, I'll everyone has been out here talking about, they've been talking about Aaron Rodgers or the offensive line or Garrett Wilson or Breece Hall. I'm going to shift to a different side of the ball. Dude, the Jets pass rush has been non-existent.
Facts.
It's not. It's Will McDonald and the Toon Squad because Quinnen Williams, you got the bag, and where the hell did you go? Dude, you played some pretty bad interior offensive lines, man.
Better than Dexter Lawrence, by the way.
Yeah, no. Dexter is clearly better. Like that was never a debate. Like Quinnen, where are you, dude? You had like 7 pressures the whole year. You haven't played these dominant interior offensive lines. You played the Broncos with,
our center's terrible, dog.
Crazy. You played the Titans, the Niners interior offensive line, which isn't very good. It's been better than expected because I got you, Dave. Dominic Cooney. I got you, Dominic Cooney.
Our center's dog.
We're talking about Quinn and fucking Williams, dog. We're talking about a top 5 D tackle in the game. You're non-existent. You're gone. Where are you? Like and Jermaine Johnson, I'm pretty sure he got hurt.
Ruptured Achilles, yeah.
Yeah, so he's the example. Well, he's an exception, but it's been nothing but Will McDonald. That's it. And this pass rush was projected to be one of the 3 best in football. And I'd argue it's been one of the bottom 5 in football.
Okay. That nigga does Hassan Reddick shit figured out.
I think, and you took the words out of my mouth, man. Hassan Reddick, you got to get this figured out. Not you. I'm sorry. The Jets, you need to get this figured out because you need to get this man paid because he can single-handedly save your pass rush. Hassan Reddick is still a very good player. Was he overrated? Oh, absolutely. When people were calling him a top 10 edge rusher, he was overrated, but he's a good player. And him next to Will McDonald will help. And it's going to help Quinnen too. Just one player is going to help. And if you don't get him re-signed, your pass rush is going to continue to struggle. And as great as your linebacker duo is, it's probably the best in the NFL right now since Dre Greenlaw's been out. And you still have one of the best secondaries in the entire NFL, if not the best. You have Sauce, you have DJ Reed, you have Michael Carter in the slot. Like, great.
Tony Adams, love.
You got to fix this pass rush, man. You got to bring Hassan back because if you don't, I really don't see this New York Jets contending stuff when the offensive line has been underwhelming, but definitely better than the last year. But if you can't produce a pass rush consistently, which has been your bread and butter for the last 3 years, like your defense has been your bread and butter. It's been your go-to save us. Like that's the reason you didn't get the number 1 pick last year because your offense was the worst in football, but you had one of the better defenses, if not the best defense in the NFL, at least top 3. Like you were up there with the Browns and the Ravens last year, and it's just not that. So I don't know what to say, man. Fix that pass rush. That's all I can say.
All right, Josh, talking about the Jets, they just lost bad. Do you think we should worry about them being contenders?
I mean, yes and no. Like, I think that they're having a hard trouble generating pressure, and obviously not having Hassan Reddick out there is a huge problem. Like, even the interior, besides Quinnen Williams, like the rotation hasn't been too good. And they just need to generate pressure. I think the secondary's still been okay. I think Sauce Gardner is cool. DJ Reed's cool. Safety play still underwhelming to me. Like their defense it's good. Like I think the rush defense has been solid, but like I feel like the pass rush has been very underwhelming. Now the offensive side of the ball, I think Breece Hall, I don't know what's going on with him. Like he started off kind of hot, and now he's sort of like slowing down. And then Garrett Wilson, I don't know, he's not really getting opportunities to get the ball. It's just I don't know. So I'm sort of worried, but like it's week 4, it's growing pains. So, and I never thought there was some like clean contender. So,
all right, cool. So back on you, Josh. Next game we're gonna talk about because we got mad games to talk about. So shout out Pops, my Bucks. beat the shit out of them Eagles. You know, they missed. I think Lane Johnson was out.
AJ Brown.
AJ Brown.
Shout out 2-6, best running back in the league. You know, Jalen Hurts didn't play good. It was a bad game. CJ Gardner-Johnson keeps getting fried. So Josh, I'm gonna start with you. Is Jalen Hurts taking the Carson Wentz trajectory?
Whoa.
Ooh. Damn.
That's so nasty.
That's
That's nasty to Carson Wentz. That's nasty to
I'm
Carson
just
Wentz.
the host. I'm just the host.
Asking the question.
He tore his ACL.
Look, I'm just the host. I
the host.
I don't mean the question.
Oh,
I don't mean the question. I don't mean it. I'm asking you, though, Josh.
Don't shoot the messenger, guys. Don't shoot the
Is
messenger.
Jalen Hurts on the Carson Wentz trajectory?
I think Carson Wentz trajectory just sounds like it just sounds so dramatic. I'm not gonna lie. Like obviously Carson Jalen Hurts hasn't been playing the best, but like Carson Wentz trajectory, I just don't even know how you can compare the two respective situations as a whole. Given that Jalen Hurts has more, he's been underperforming, blah blah blah. But I think it's very different, and I think that Jalen Hurts is gonna put it together at the end of the day. Like I think he's gonna step up when it comes to by mid-season, maybe. Like maybe not elite quarterback play, but capable quarterback play. You feel me? So I don't think so. I don't think Carson Wentz trajectory is the right word to say.
Young?
Yeah, I won't say Carson Wentz trajectory. I mean, I've told y'all from the beginning, I don't think Jalen Hurts is as good as he's advertised. You have the 3-year sample size and now 4 games. When was his best year? With Shane? And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just when you're paying the man, $230 million, you have to expect more. And that's just what it is. It looks like before Shane Steichen was calling plays, he was average to mediocre. Shane Steichen calls plays, MVP level year, great year. Shane Steichen leaves, and continuously, he just doesn't look like that guy. I don't think he's ever been that great of a thrower of the football. And it looks like, to me, he's lost a little bit of juice running. That's just what it looks like to me.
Most definitely.
And what are you really, if you're not really extremely mobile, you can you can get away, but like the running game of Jalen Hurts is the tush push. That's really what it is now. It's not what it used to be. And you're not that great of a thrower. What are you? You're good, you're solid. Now, when you have AJ Brown, when you have the Avengers around you, you're gonna look a lot better. When you have AJ Brown, Smitty, Goddard, Saquon,
O-line,
you look like a great player. When you don't have them, this is when your flaws get exposed. And I think this is where the tiers kind of shuffle themselves out. This is why I think same thing with a Dak. You start taking away these players from them, they're not really floor raisers in a sense. So to me, it's he's playing the same way he really is his talent level. I don't think he's playing anywhere different. I just think you don't have the gangsters out there. This is what happens when you play against better teams. So I don't think it's Carson Wentz. I won't go that far because Wentz he was a lot more sporadic. But I just think he's a solid quarterback. That's what Jalen Hurts is.
Donnie?
We talked about Hurts, but okay, I'm just going to keep talking about the defense, I guess, just because I kind of want to talk about it. Dude, Cuba DeJean must be horrible or something because they are refusing.
Does that surprise you? Donnie, does that
play.
really surprise you?
You better Travis Hunter, right?
Donnie.
You better Travis Hunter, right?
Dude, they are refusing to play him because for some reason they think that Avonte Maddox, who has been bad this year, and same with CJ Gardner-Johnson, both of them have been bad, and they both have kind of different roles. Like that, Maddox has been the main slot guy. And, CJ, he does his thing in the box, and he'll do his thing out at safety also. But dude, I think DeJean has 20 snaps on defense this year, and both of those guys have 150 plus and have just been terrible. I don't know what's going on. Either he's that raw and he's just not ready, and they're just sticking it out with those two, or they're just.
Fangio doesn't trust young
Their
guys.
secondary has been horrible.
We had Cam Smith last year on the Dolphins. He didn't play.
I don't know what's going on with the Eagles, man. Brent, I understand Vic Fangio is old school. I understand that he doesn't like to play. He doesn't like to play the rookies. Vance Joseph is similar to that. I get it, but dude, Avonte Maddox is so bad. It's just it hurts, man. And you drafted this guy in the second round who some people thought was a first round talent to be a slot corner. and you just refuse to play him there. Like, I don't understand why, because Avonte Maddox has truly been that bad. So,
you said Avonte Maddox?
Cooper.
Oh, you said Cooper. Oh, because Avonte Maddox been getting
Cooper.
fried. Oh, he's been getting
No,
fried.
that's
Cooper
what
DeJean played
Maddox
8
has been horrible
snaps,
this
by the
year.
way.
And you drafted Cooper DeJean to be the slot safety hybrid. You drafted him to do that and even play snaps in the box. That's what you drafted him to be, because you drafted Quinyon because you're like, all right, he's going to be our number one outside guy whenever Slay goes. That's our number one. And then let's get this guy who can play in the slot, in the box, and do his thing out of safety also. Yo, come on, Grippy, lock in. But that's what you drafted him to do. And he's just not playing. So I don't know what's going on. He must be terrible because Avonte Maddox has been burnt toast all season.
I mean, he also has a pretty
defense has been disappointing too. And then there's the Bryce Huff stuff, which has been pretty bad this year. They paid him a lot of money, and he hasn't really done much this year. And that, I mean, just Philly's a mess, man. That's all you can really say. They're just
Nolan Smith.
Nolan Smith. Where are you, dude?
Smith.
I love Nolan Smith. I thought he was awesome.
I'm not gonna lie, that's one of my biggest draft picks.
Oh, dude,
Twitter. No,
Dude,
bro. I was
They had him.
Yeah, you and me both.
Had him guarding Chris Godwin.
And I was like, nah.
The Philadelphia Bulldogs ain't doing good.
You know, I mean, Trey brought it up earlier, and I thought he brought up a good point. Like, Vic Fangio is a good DC, but I just think much similar to Dan Quinn, he refuses to change. Yep. And when you refuse to change, eventually over time, you're going to get worse at your job. So, listen, I love Vic, and what he did to that 2018 Bears defense was, I'd argue, historic. But, dude, we're in 2024, man. You got to change.
I don't know. It's tough to say. I mean, he does have like a lot. Is he, from what I've heard?
This man grippy, bro.
He has a lot of advanced schemes for his defense, especially his secondary.
Extremely.
That's kind of like his bread and butter. And it seems like the Eagles are still learning it because there's a lot of blown coverages throughout the first couple of weeks.
Yep.
Maybe he just doesn't trust that Cooper DeJean will be able to handle it right off rip.
Maybe that's it. Because that's all I can come up with. Because it's so hard to imagine.
Maybe your goat is not good. I'm sorry, bro.
It's so hard to imagine DeJean is getting that much worse than Avonte Maddox. It's just so hard to see because Avonte Maddox has just been horrible.
It don't help either that all your God-tier weapons are out and you can't score.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what I think the real problem.
That's the real problem. Like,
no, that's the real problem. Yeah, and then also,
the problem is not Avonte Maddox.
Also, one more thing, and we've talked about it before, but they still have the worst linebacker room in the NFL. They still do, and they tried their best to fix it, but it just hasn't worked. They brought in Zach Bond.
You can't. They're paying everywhere else. You something has to be weak on that team, and they're like,
there's a lot of weak spots on
the
that team.
linebackers, and sadly, in Vic's scheme, your linebackers have to be good. So
yeah, I mean, Zach Bond is good.
Jalen Hurts is good. He just can't elevate average guys.
He's not elevating Paris Campbell.
Yo, come on,
AJ.
I only got one thing to say. There's clearly a reason why they're not starting Cooper DeJean, right? So let's go ahead and move on, right? Hey, Donnie. Hey, man, how you doing, my brother?
Pretty good, man. How about you?
I'm amazing.
I
just remember you.
Give me my props about Tampa, man.
Nah. You remember when you told me that Cooper DeJean was like better than a young man in Baltimore?
I did say that, didn't I?
Oh yeah, you did. Oh, you did.
Oh.
Yeah. So now I ask you, yo, what is he on?
Yo, crazy. That is crazy.
So now I keep on asking. Now I ask you this again.
What the hell is wrong with people? What the?
Yeah, don't even pay him
yeah.
Who is this dude?
His name's Grippy.
So now I ask you this, Donnie. Are you willing to, take back what you said?
Oh, I took that shit back months ago.
My guy.
You
feel me?
What? All right, go ahead, TJ. Go ahead.
Hey, I don't really got much else to say. You feel me? Look, the Eagles, they're a process, and Trent. Actually, now this is directed at you, man. Look, they was telling you. They was talking you about them Eagles defense. Well, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Right, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna lie. I don't. Hold on. Let me put this up right now. Until they come back to, bro, because until they come back to a full force, I'm not hearing, or at least halfway full force. I'm not hearing none of this shit y'all talking about. I'm not.
I still think they're going.
I wasn't really last week. That Saints game was
Like,
bad.
Sweet not even out.
No,
Like Sweet not even playing.
That's not what I'm talking about. Their offense is fine.
No, it's not fine. No.
I'm not saying it's fine. Like I'm saying, like when they come back, they're gonna be rolling again. But what you said, and I remember this in DC and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? It was getting all you, bro. That defense. He was saying with all these new additions,
it's gonna look worse too. It's gonna look worse.
But
now.
the Eagles had some good games too.
It got to get worse before it get better, bro.
No. And also, I wasn't expecting CJ to get like clearly way worse playing wise right now. Way worse than what he was last year. And then also too, it don't help when your offense can't score. So your defense gonna be out.
No, I know, but look. Hey, we've seen the Jets. I just now watched the Jets 3 years in a row deal with this, and they still are. Shoot, I know they went as one of the best defenses in the league.
But this is a new defense. I mean, new defense.
And that's what. And then Riddell, to that point, that's what they were saying in the first place. They were saying, bro, just give it some time. You can't even say that they're gonna be, rolling over these teams when they defense not even talking like that. You feel me?
Like in the third game, they shut down the.
Hold on. I just thought about time. Let's go through okay, so the Packers game, they didn't play good. Who else did they play?
The Falcons.
They didn't play well.
Falcons. They weren't getting fried like that. Let's just keep it.
No, they were playing pretty solid.
No, JJ. No,
they were getting fried on the ground.
Oh yeah, okay.
No, they were getting fried on the ground. And I'm not gonna lie to you. You talking about through the air? Me and you both went through it. So this is about to be a walk back from you if you're saying otherwise. Okay. Me and you both went through it. We know why. Huh?
Yeah. No, but hold on. If he about to use the me when people talking about Kirk was looking bad. Hell no, he didn't look bad. I think people were gassing it.
Yeah, but you clearly saw some miscues. There were some miscues. Like they were still getting cooked. They were just not everything was cooked yet.
Getting cooked is an exaggeration.
Good don't mean they're getting cooked. People were trying to, Tegan, Lucas. People trying to say Kirk was J-Rob. You say, he don't look the same. He not moving nowhere near.
Yeah, I'm saying though there was clear miscues, and me and you both looked at it. We both went over the stuff. There was one missed calls. Not only that, there was a couple clear overthrows, and that was it. I mean, honestly, Kirk didn't play, especially late. So,
bro, when you talking about fried,
wait, talking about because this is how we're gonna finish this right here, right?
Yeah.
If there is like I said, an underthrow, overthrow, right? If that's a completion, how are you speaking about the game afterwards?
Did it happen though?
You see what I'm talking about. You see, if all it takes is for Darnell Mooney and Kyle Pitts to catch the ball 4 more times for them to be getting fried through the air, what we talking about?
It was really just the fourth quarter though. Like
no troll, hold on, no troll, like no bullshit, no troll.
That's not trolling. That's real.
There weren't even that many overthrows in the game. He overthrew.
It was like 2. That's why I said it was like 2, and then like one underthrow.
He overthrew Mooney once, and again that was in. What is that late fourth? I mean, early fourth, late.
No. I don't think that was in the fourth. That was in the game though. It doesn't matter.
No, that deep ass corner route Darnell Mooney threw in.
You talking about when he stopped running?
Yeah, that was like in the early fourth quarter.
Bro, if he keeps on running, Young, tell me how many yards that is. If he keeps on running.
It's probably a 60-yard catch. I'm not gonna lie, it is.
Bro. So all I'm saying is, regardless of being connected, I'm not gonna lie, them boys are
gotta give them credit.
They're not winning on matchup, bro.
The next game, you gotta give them credit.
Yeah, they had the Saints.
The Saints were the number one offense in football, and they shut down the Saints.
They balled for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, they're still learning.
I'm talking Kirk Cousins. Y'all sad.
Let me say something because I gotta head out. We're talking about the Eagles, right? Yeah. So what the Eagles are really showing me is Saquon's the best running back in football, and the other thing is like
that's a fact.
Jalen Hurts. I'm not a big Jalen Hurts guy. I tend to have to defend him.
JJ trying to side. He's trying to side. That's a fact.
Saquon Barkley is the best running back in football, better than Bijan, and it shouldn't have been a conversation. Anyway, when it comes down to it, the thing is for me is that Jalen Hurts is not someone I was very high on, but watching him play without the Avengers, man, there are some things in his game that I am highly questioning. Not only sometimes it's inaccurate, of course, but he has some of the worst timing, and he holds onto the ball way too long. And his pocket presence for being a mobile quarterback is not that great as well. Like in this game, they were about to come back against the Buccaneers. They were on the other side of the 50. Score one more touchdown, they would have been down 1 touchdown. And then Jalen Hurts holds the ball, and allows the defender to come behind, strip sack, and they get the ball back. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what are you looking at? What are you doing? So
that's not his game.
I know.
He's not a good, just strict drop back passer.
I agree with you. So that's why the second part of it is, what the heck is Nick Sirianni and Kellen Moore thinking in this offense? Like, Jalen Hurts is not that type of player. The offense in that game, in the recent game, Saquon had like 4 carries in like the first half or something. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, what is going on? Play through Saquon. They need to figure out what's going on with this offense. They need to realize who Jalen Hurts is, and they have the best running back in football. He should be, I'm not gonna lie, he should be the focal point of the offense. Play off him, and everything else will cook. So that's my thing with the Eagles right now. Everything else will fall in place. I'm not too worried about the Eagles, but I do got that.
I appreciate you, Bill. Appreciate you. Make sure you go tap into BSS too.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you go tap into it. But who was it on? It was on Durag because it just moved up. So Durag, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, what this game told me, man. And I'm gonna go back to a question I asked around last season. I asked a question on why Jalen Hurts gets praised so much and Brock Purdy got belittled so much when they're both in godlike situations. And now this season, we're seeing Jalen Hurts without his Avengers. Obviously, Brock Purdy, we haven't had the injuries like Jalen Hurts has, but his Avengers has been compromised as well. And both players have been asked to elevate. I'm seeing one guy elevate, and I'm seeing one guy. He's elevate his play. Elevating his play. He's elevating his play. He's elevating his play.
One guy has Kellen Moore, another has Kyle Shanahan.
No, I'm talking about Brock Purdy. I'm talking about Brock Purdy elevating his play, young.
That's a fire middle.
He's gotten better. He's playing better while losing weapons. That's a fact. Shanahan is having him throw the ball more. That's a fact. The yak hasn't been there. That's a fact. He's leading passing yards, advanced metrics. He's top of the league. Raw statistics, he's top in the league, and he's balling up. So now I'm gonna ask y'all the same question: why y'all have Jalen Hurts over by Purdy? Y'all got him over him now?
Yes.
Yes. Because,
okay.
I'm gonna tell you why.
I want to. Yeah, please let me know why.
Because Purdy.
I don't know why.
This is what the issue is right here. Like, what Jalen Hurts is being asked to do isn't his strength. It's not his fault. But Kyle, this is why I say like Kyle Shanahan versus Kellen Moore. Kyle Shanahan knows, okay, I have Brock Purdy. He's not really a mobile guy, but he's gonna do things to make him play to his strengths well. Kellen Moore's not doing that. Brian Johnson didn't do that. That's why I said Shane Steichen, when you remember that season, it was RPO everything to death. That's what Jalen Hurts at his best, doing that, and you build off the run game off of that. So when you ask Brock Purdy to drop back and pass, he is better suited to do that than Jalen Hurts is. I think he's a better passer than Jalen Hurts. I just think, to me, I value what he adds in the run game more than what Brock Purdy does as a passer. And that's just what I feel.
And
I think that's the same type of tier. Like, I think they're in the same Hurts, Purdy, Dak. All of them, to me, are jumbled up in the same
tier. All I gotta say is what Purdy has been doing as an improviser this year has definitely been moving me as well. He's been making plays with his legs and keeping the offense alive.
Did you have Purdy over what's his name last year?
Last year?
Yeah.
I didn't know how to feel about Jalen Hurts last year because I could attest that Brian Johnson was a complete terrorist. So I didn't want to judge Jalen Hurts falsely.
So you judging Jalen Hurts now when you sad.
I mean, Kellen Moore is better.
No, I'm not
talking
about Kellen Moore. I'm not talking.
No, I'm saying Kellen Moore has been better. It's a better situation.
I don't even think
Kellen
Moore
also,
bad.
y'all also remember last year was Brock Purdy's full year starting as well. So that's a 1 year sample size for Purdy. So also got to get that time. I don't want to just rank a nigga better off just 1 year.
Sample size of Jalen Hurts playing elite football?
You said what?
Well, was that not 1 year sample size of Jalen Hurts playing elite football?
Yeah, you told me it was second year.
So what changed though for you?
We got more years. We got more years, more games, more.
I'm saying Brock Purdy the following year showed you what he did, and then Jalen Hurts played phenomenal for the first 10 games. And 11 games. I mean, the next 6
games. Yeah, 6 games.
It was bad because of what's his name?
Yeah,
Brian Johnson.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy. You think Brock Purdy has gotten like clearly better than Jalen Hurts? Huh?
I think Brock Purdy is clearly better than what he was last year. I think he's just clearly better.
Well, what does that mean? Is he better than Hurts?
Yes, I think he's. This is where I think he's better than Hurts. Cause I don't see what he's a better passer than Hurts, and right now what Hurts is getting me with his legs as of recent last 2 years, it hasn't been moving me enough.
Come on,
ain't no one.
I said Kellen Moore was enough. Stop. Like nobody's saying he was some elite play callers, right? You fraud.
But going from Brian Johnson to Kellen Moore, everybody knew was a crazy.
All I said was Kellen Moore is good. I think he's good enough.
He's good. That's it.
He's good. Like stop.
Damn.
Niggas annoying with that shit. Like stop it, bro. But not to go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the Kellen Moore's good stuff, but I'm with you.
I think I mostly agree that like getting AJ Brown and Devontae Smith is going to help a lot. Like Hurts has not looked that good, but he also would just look better if those two guys were there. But I mean, the coaching, I've been saying the whole. I think Sirianni's terrible. I think even with Kellen Moore there, like the top dog is. I mean, like Sirianni isn't the head of the snake. Like he is the one that's in control of this whole operation. So as long as he is, like, I really don't. I believe in the talent. Like the Eagles. Offensively, I mean, are there 3 teams in the league more talented than them? Like, probably not.
I don't think there's anybody.
There might not be any. There might not be
Houston.
any.
That's it.
Houston don't have Saquon.
I'm with. I feel it.
I'll throw out a team. Detroit.
New England.
I'm saying Detroit. I am.
Detroit. Hey, Detroit's up there too. Those are probably the top 3, right?
What makes
Detroit?
What makes Detroit elite? It's the play calling.
Their run game is crazy.
Is it only the play calling, young?
What makes Detroit so good is that out of every team in the league, they have the best trench play, and it's not particularly close.
I'm with you. If you were to rank the Eagles O-line, where would it rank?
Top 3.
So you have Detroit 1, Eagles top 3. Yeah. When you go skill guys, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, Saquon Barkley, I'm taking that over Amon-Ra, J-Mo, and Devontae.
Yeah,
Smith.
but the thing is,
the Eagles still have a better quarterback too.
I'm gonna flip it around and say that the Eagles have glaring weaknesses on the defense, and I'm gonna say I don't think.
We're just talking offense. We're talking offense.
I think.
Oh, we're just talking offense.
Yeah, we're just
okay.
Offense.
Then you know what?
Oh no, I think Detroit's a better whole.
I thought we were talking the whole team roster. The offense, then yeah, I'll agree with that.
But what was it? Yeah, Sirianni. Honestly, as long as Sirianni, they will. I just think they'll always underachieve. Like I think last year was just a very clear precursor to what like the rest of the. What the rest of the 10 years is going to look like. And I think the sooner he's out of there, the sooner like Hurts can probably start getting more respect than he's getting right now, and that this offense can actually reach like new heights and this team overall. But yeah, that's that.
Matt, did you already go?
Nah, I think we went Josh down.
Oh yeah, so go ahead, Matt. Go ahead.
Yeah, the Eagles. I wasn't as high on them coming into the season as everybody else was. I still thought that this was a 12-13 win team. Of course, without like predicting the injuries, obviously unpredictable to know Devontae Smith and AJ Brown would both miss time at the same time. Outside of just keeping it at what they are right now, Jalen Hurts is going to be talked about like Tim Tebow. And wait.
What you talking about, bro?
Elaborate.
Yeah, hold on.
On the football field, yes, Jalen Hurts is better than Tim Tebow. But when it comes down to the way that we talk about Tim Tebow, we don't talk about him on the field. We talk about how he is as a leader. We talk about how he was in the locker room. We talk about how he is with his teammates. That's how we're going to be talking about Jalen Hurts real soon. Because if Jalen Hurts doesn't lock in, he is going to be talked about like one of these leadership quarterbacks. It sounds like a backup quarterback to me. Like, I'm sorry.
Yo, Dave, never mind. Dave, you might have cooked.
No. I'm not saying
cooked.
Jalen Hurts is a backup. I'm not saying Jalen Hurts is a backup quarterback.
Dave,
I'm saying that the way
cooked.
that we will be talking about Jalen Hurts is very similar to how we talk about Tim Tebow and backup quarterbacks.
Yo, Trent, what's your favorite 2 words? Rage bait. That is rage bait. You are not.
That's not rage. No. I'm being serious. No.
That's rage bait.
Okay, so
it's not. I'm saying that's how we're going to be.
Hold on.
No.
We can settle this right now. I can see. I know it's fine. Say that shit again.
Lock in.
Go
if
ahead.
Jalen Hurts doesn't lock in, I got it. If Jalen Hurts doesn't lock in, we're going to be talking about him the same way that we talk about Tim Tebow. We're not talking about anything on the football field. We're going to be talking about what they did as a leader. We're going to be talking about what they did in the locker room. We're going to be talking about how they galvanized the troops. We're not going to care about how they actually played on the field. Like, there's going to be a million excuses for Jalen Hurts. And unfortunately, eventually, it's just not going to add up. It's not going to add up.
Okay, so let's just do this. So hold on. Let's just do this.
Yeah.
Maddie.
Throw Tebow out the equation because Tebow's one of the worst NFL quarterbacks of all time. You're trying to say
I've seen worse.
He's Tyrod Taylor worse than Woody?
No. I'm not saying that. I think he's better than Tyrod Taylor. I'm saying that the way that we're going to be talking about
You just said he'd be like Tim Tebow.
No. I said that we're going to be talking about him like Tim Tebow.
Yeah. But you can't do that with Tebow because Tebow is literally one of the worst NFL quarterbacks to ever play this game.
Jalen Hurts is literally an MVP conversation.
No, I'm saying that I know. I'm saying that that the similar talking points with Tebow, they're going to be used for Hurts.
How?
They do be. Hey.
How?
It's just. I mean, I didn't want this to be like my main thing, but sure. Jalen Hurts.
But go ahead.
I see that now. Because for Hurts, like, we obviously know who he is by now. He's just a good quarterback, above average at this point, right? When it comes to the way that, like, you know, within the Eagles organization, what they see of Jalen Hurts, they see this is a franchise guy. The players around him like him. You know, he's good in the locker room and he's a leader. The same things are used when we talk about Tim Tebow. But when, like, you know, Tim Tebow,
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
If I were to compare, I think the thing with Jalen Hurts, people after that Super Bowl run, they thought he was on a Lamar Jackson-like rise when he's probably more like Donovan McNabb, to be honest with you. Like, I think that's what he is. I think that's going to be where he's like,
and that's
he's
fine.
solid.
Like that's so good.
Now Tebow,
can I answer that question?
No. I'm saying the media, the way that they're going to talk about him is going to be like it's going to be at the very least similar.
The problem is Tebow was literally garbage. Like, he was.
I know he was garbage, but there's sometimes
Jalen Hurts isn't garbage.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Go ahead, bro. Sam, go ahead.
To be honest with you, Young, what's wrong? Donovan McNabb didn't have any weapons other than T.O.
Oh, no.
That's the thing.
I'm just saying
one of the greatest weapons of all time.
I'm saying more so as far as
outside
what
of
people
think
him for like a year and a half. Let's not.
I'm saying what people think Jalen Hurts was gonna be versus what where he's gonna fall as far as a quarterback in the league. Like, Donovan McNabb was a good quarterback. I think we all agree with that.
And also, to clarify, he had his best years with T.O. And I don't know if that's disrespectful to Donovan McNabb.
No, it's not. You got T.O. I mean, Brady had some of his best years with Randy.
It's kind of hard to have great years when you got guys like Todd Stinkston and James Trash dropping passes over the middle and alligator arm and passes.
I think he was still good, though. I think he was good.
You go to NFC championships with receivers like that, and the only weapon that you have behind you is Brian Westbrook at this point, which was a hell of a back. I mean, that says something about how good you are as a quarterback.
So me personally, I think that says how good of a coach Andy Reid is. That's just me. I've always been on the boat. Coaching is the true difference in a lot of these guys' career, from being good to great to all time. You look at all of these top quarterbacks have almost all-time coaches for the most part of them. I mean, go through the list. Which one didn't? Yeah. Maybe Peyton, which, again, I think that's why you boost Peyton, because I don't think he had an all-time coach, truthfully, but Bill Belichick. And not to say, like, they influenced them immediately. I just think when you have that foundation, it is the separator. So I don't think Donovan McNabb, I think he got to those NFC Championship games because, as we're seeing now, Andy Reid is a top 5 coach all time. Donovan McNabb isn't Patrick Mahomes, so you're not going to get over the hump with that.
No, I would never mistake him for that. But the thing is, the reason why I said being Donovan McNabb ain't bad is because it's like, yeah, you was able to make it to those NFC championships with no real true weapons until you got T.O. You know what I'm saying? And then you saw what he was able to do. And then, people don't realize T.O. missed the majority of that season. So guess what? You still was able to make it to the Super Bowl even without him at a certain point. So, yeah, I mean, Donovan McNabb really wasn't, bad. But the thing is, I'm surprised ain't nobody bringing this up. Or maybe I missed it. The main thing that's hurt Jalen Hurts all the damn turnovers. He has the most turnovers in the league since
what's so funny? What's so funny? People love shitting on Josh Allen. Oh, he doesn't.
They love it.
The thing is,
he had the most turnovers since 2018.
That's carry, bro.
Yeah, but the thing is, Josh Allen has the capability to overcome those turnovers.
Exactly.
Philadelphia Eagles don't. When you have it's kind of like, hey, you slowing down on your run when you go on morning jogs, and you have the ability to cover that ground. When you don't have the ability of covering that ground, do you have to speed up every day?
And that's why Jalen Hurts.
That is why he's hurting. I mean, the answer is very, very simple. I mean, you're fumbling the ball, you're intercept, you're throwing bad passes. It's pretty much simple why you're not doing that great.
So bad.
And even with Shane Steichen there, you were still turning over the ball. And then the year after, it just got worse when Brian Johnson was there. Remember, Trent? I think they brought this up on your podcast last year. Even when they started off the season, I think 9-1 or something like that. I brought that up even when they were winning. Like, these turnovers are going to start hurting them a bit eventually because he's not able to overcome them like Josh Allen is. And I think that's the simplest answer of why Jalen Hurts is struggling at this point in time.
But see, this is why I say, like, it doesn't truly matter if you turn the ball over when you're rating these quarterbacks because all of them turn the ball over. What quarterback doesn't? Patrick Mahomes turns the ball over. He's done it every game.
Yeah, he should. Yeah, but he's able to overcome it.
That's why when I say gamble on high-end talent, champ, you're proving the point. Josh Allen can overcome turning over the ball because he's a high-end talent. I'm not taking.
I'm agreeing with you.
Like, that's what people don't understand. I've never understood why. The only anomaly to it is Aaron Rodgers. So don't compare turning the ball over with Aaron Rodgers because he's the anomaly, which is why he's my go-to.
Yeah.
That's the simplest answer right there because all the damn turnovers.
I definitely done came around. It's really A-Rod.
It really is.
I'm not even gonna say he my goat. Those just my 2 goats. Fuck that. They're my 2 goats.
That's cool.
But Chan, I'm gonna start off with you. Another game to talk about, another team. Here's put belt to ass. Feel me? What the belt to ass on Donnie's Cardinals. Bad. So Jayden has been balling these past 2 weeks. So just to ask you, champ, do you think the Commanders are starting to look like actually legitimate contenders?
I'm not going to go that far. Because the fact that they don't have a great offensive line is going to hurt them later on. It may not now, but on down the stretch, it is. But I'm going to just be real. Jayden Daniels is playing lights out, man. And like I said on, I think it was Brandon's podcast, somebody's podcast, I don't really know. I'm old. I lose my memory. But hey, they only an offensive line away from being legitimate. And if you really want to be honest with you, depending on how this year is going, looking at how this year is going thus far, I will say, let me change that statement. They're already catching up with the Cowboys and getting ready to pass them as we see it. Because hey, especially on the offensive side of the ball. So I mean, and Scary Terry, one of the most underrated receivers in the league. I'm not going to sit here and say contenders as of yet. They have a chance in order to make it to the playoffs at this point in time. Jayden Daniels is good, doing hella good. Cliff Kingsbury is definitely went back to Arizona in order to make a statement. I mean, that's what you love seeing. Hey, you tried to oust me. Now I bring my other protege in there, and I come in there and I beat you like you stole something. Then go in your house, I turn over the trash can and walk out the front. So that's how it goes. And like I said, I can't say they're legitimate contenders yet. I got to see how it's going to go because, like I said, we have a bad old line. People are going to say, "Well, Joe Burrow, that's an anomaly." Trust me. Each and every one of us have watched football a long time. Each of us, and in the case of you, Young, and you, Trent, y'all have played on the highest level. So, hey, y'all know it's only so far you're going to go without a good offensive line at a certain point, especially with a rookie quarterback. So, I got to see how this line is going to hold up, how they're going to keep Jayden Daniels upright. But Jayden Daniels is lights out, man, lights out, and I'm enjoying seeing it. I'm damn sure enjoying seeing that, man, because the way he's able to deliver that ball, he has a cannon. And the way he's mobile in the pocket and able to get out and make those throws on the run, it's amazing. So I'm excited to see it. I know I'm being repetitive, but I'm excited to see it, man. SEC all day. Good job, LSU. Shout out to Maddie. I know me and you have a lot of classic battles. We'll have some more in the future, but I'm going to give you your flowers on this.
JJ?
Georgia fan giving props to LSU is crazy. Anyways,
look, I'm not biased, so I'm not a biased fan.
Anyways, look though. We were just talking about this earlier, I think. But JD, keep playing the way you playing, man. You're gonna have a great season if you keep on doing what you're doing. I mean, this O-line is looking a little bit better, but I feel like once people don't understand that when you have a guy who understands that the pocket can collapse. Like I said, this is like a class situation every single time you go. For example, the Colts look better with Carson Wentz than they did Matt Ryan. That doesn't mean Carson Wentz was a better quarterback at that time than Matt Ryan was or anything like that. But the fact of the matter is certain O-lines can only hold their water for so long, right, until you get better guys in there. And this O-line is fake decent. That's all it is, honestly speaking. Last year, you saw Sam Howell go for 4,000. But he threw a lot of picks, and that's because he's very turnover prone. Not only that, his pocket presence was still down in the dumps. But people were telling you if Sam Howell before they knew they were really going to go after JD. If Sam Howell had a better online, they probably would look better. That's what a lot of people were saying. And so now you put a better quarterback back there with more rushing upside, more ability to escape and just be creative outside the pocket. And now you gave your number one receiver a guy that can get him the rock. And now over these past two games, their connection looks very strong. But I want it to be stronger, and I wanted to see how much they can really grow together. And not only that, their offense as a whole just looks, a lot more dynamic. It looks a lot more fun to watch. You know what I'm saying? And so I got to give them that much credit. And JD, keep playing the way you playing, man. Because you came out week 1, you won the 2 rushing touchdowns, man. You got it. You feel me? Even though against the Bucs, he was a little up and down, but at the end of the day, you got your 2 rushing touchdowns. Next week, you came out there and you still just played a solid game against the Giants. But right after that, boy, you found a way to turn it up.
Matt,
go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna talk about the Cardinals. Just cut straight to the chase. Jayden Daniels. I know Champ touched on it. JJ touched on it. I'm gonna take it not a step further. I'm gonna take it like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 steps further.
Oh God, here comes the OSU fan.
Jayden Daniels is going to be an MVP candidate in the next 3 years. If not, he's going to win the award. And I don't think that's a crazy thing to say. When I'm watching Jayden Daniels in his first 4 career games, right? I'm seeing somebody who is processing the field well. All right. He still has flaws in that category. He'll get better. I think he will definitely get better. What's amazed me the most with Daniels is that he doesn't like taking sacks. Every single time I think he's about to get sacked, and it was the same way at LSU.
Well, yeah, it's hard to get sacked when you're behind that offensive line at LSU, man.
Yeah, I know. Okay, but now he's on the Commanders, John.
How can you, bro? How can you say this about Jayden Daniels, and then when it comes to Malik Neighbors, he can maybe be top 15 after this season?
Yeah, no, I was bugging. I went up on that one. I was bugging.
Okay.
All right, Champ. Appreciate you, but Matt, go keep going, Matt. Keep talking your shit. Go ahead, Champ.
Yeah. To me, Jayden Daniels is the second coming of Lamar Jackson.
Like,
And
bro,
I know it's, and that's very premature. I'm well aware of that.
Bro,
but when I'm
blow the
looking at
whistle,
where
nigga,
Daniels,
do the rap. Thank you,
JJ. He didn't even want to do that.
Throw
Come
the
on,
flag, bro. Because the real Lamar incarcerated. It's not even in the NFL yet.
Oh, brother.
Yeah.
He's talking about Malik Willis 2.0.
Yeah, he plays for the University of Alabama.
Number
Like,
4 for you.
Like,
Malik
you
Willis
think
2.0.
he's Lamar going for real?
Jalen Milroe?
No, I'm talking about Matt.
Well, because Jayden, here's the thing, Jayden doesn't have Lamar's arm.
I think Jalen.
Yeah,
Jalen. I said this to y'all last year after the LSU game. When Jayden Daniels, I mean not Jalen, when Jalen Milroe is running the fucking ball, he literally looks like Lamar, and he's bigger. He literally looks like him. And like, if he keeps getting his tools up, and keep playing like how he's playing, he looks more like Lamar than Jayden.
That fourth and one.
No, Trent, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm on the Jalen Milroe.
Durag, shut up. You was a DJU fan at one point. Shut up.
Ooh, a fan is dragging it. A fan is dragging it. A fan is dragging it. A fan is. Actually, that's fake woke. That's so fake woke. That is so fake woke. That is.
I was a DJ fan in his freshman year.
You're a pretty good fan, so I'm surprised. Yeah.
Donnie, all you talk about is tools. Like, bro, I've been knowing.
It's Malik Willis. It's Malik Willis 2.0. Not like you not rage baiting.
That man is a second reincarnate of Debo Samuel. Fuck a Malik Willis.
How's that? So how's that thing?
I was with you, but I'm coming around.
Hey, Young. My thing is,
how I saw him running against Georgia, I was like,
Hey, Young. I got to see the whole year.
That's saved for tomorrow. That's saved tomorrow. Let's save for tomorrow. But Matt,
who's on here tomorrow?
So you really think that keep going? You saying Jayden Daniels will be an MVP winner in the next 3 years?
Yeah, I would bet on that. Whether he would be deserving of that MVP, we'll see. But he's going to have, at the very least, be in the talks to win the MVP award. If the Commanders keep getting better, and if Jayden Daniels keeps getting better, right now that team is number one. I know 4 weeks, and again, I know it's very premature. But if Josh.
Keep going, bro. I can't wait. Keep going.
Finish your statement, Maddie. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, man.
You might have to put them both in a tight Zoom, bro. Might be able to be
so man, let me ask you this. So you were all season long, you was praising Jayden Daniels' college season. There was one person that you said is undeniably, besides Caleb Williams, is better than Jayden Daniels. So when Drake May officially starts playing for the Patriots, and say if he balls, what is Drake May's trajectory for you then? Because you're saying Jayden Daniels already can be.
I'll tell you. Drake May's trajectory is Josh Allen.
Go there, brother. Whoa.
Wait. No. Wait. No. Wait.
Okay, I get you. Wrong choice of words.
I'm not saying that he's going to be Josh Allen. I'm saying that Drake May, his highs are very similar to Josh Allen's highs. Drake May is 6'5", 6'6". He's able to make these off-platform throws, not at the same level as Josh Allen. I don't think.
Yeah.
Let me walk back a little bit. What I said. He's not on Josh Allen's trajectory. He could be similar to Josh Allen. He's
baby Stafford, man. Come on.
No, what about?
He's a way better.
Baby Stafford. Ooh,
Josh Allen's crazy.
I think it's Jordan. I think Drake May is more Jordan Love than he is Josh Allen.
My buddy told me.
And that's fine.
My buddy told me like
I've always thought Jayden Daniels has a higher ceiling than a guy like Drake May, but I always thought Drake May was the better prospect.
Easily. I mean, that's...
Okay. All right. So
look, I'm gonna say this real quick, Maddie. I don't have a problem with you saying that bro could be a MVP candidate, but it literally is more so why you're saying it. So I would just say because you're basing this off of 2 games, bro.
No, no. I'm basing it off of all four. All four.
No. You are lying. What? I'm not. I promise you, I'm not. No.
You didn't say it 2 weeks ago.
I'm not letting him get this off. He's
no, Young. He needed the other 2 games so that way.
No, I did this with Marvin Harrison too. I'm a people pleaser. I'm gonna say it when I feel like saying it.
Look. All I'm saying is this, bro. Anybody
you could have asked me this in the off season. I would have said the same thing. I guarantee.
Based off the logic that you're utilizing right now, brother. Based off the logic you're utilizing. Hold up. Based off the logic you're utilizing right now, bro. You could say a lot of people are gonna be MVP candidates.
So look.
That's why I said.
Okay, all right. So JJ, I'm taking a step further. He is gonna be an MVP.
The reason you wouldn't have said that because you said, "How am I supposed to judge anything from anybody if they've never played in the NFL?" How can you make that assumption? And that's words that came out of your mouth.
Like you're basing it on all 4 games.
I understand that. No, Young. That's out of context. Though. I was saying that in reference to ranking guys in the offseason based compared to other guys who have already played.
If you're going to say somebody can be an MVP candidate,
I can still project.
If you're saying something,
what do you think?
I just think your projections are pretty much.
Hold on. How can you wait? No. Bro, why did you get mad at Young for saying it? Caleb Thompson?
Exactly.
Why?
Because he didn't play yet.
So, okay, I'm cool with that, Matty. If you don't rank because he didn't play, cool.
Yes.
You cannot project a guy to be an MVP if he hasn't played either. You can't get it both ways.
Yes, I can. I can project Caleb to be.
You had 2 good games.
You cannot say. You cannot have your own. You can't, bro. You cannot. Yo, do you not understand what Young is saying? You cannot say that Caleb Williams will not be top 10. He hasn't played yet. And then you're saying
I didn't say he can't be top 10. I didn't say he can't.
In the offseason, you literally was arguing me saying that he cannot be top 10
because he's never played.
No. No, that's not what I said. I said Caleb Williams cannot be. No.
Let him go. Come on, Matt.
I said Caleb.
Get it off.
I said Caleb cannot be top 10 before he plays a snap. I didn't say he can never be top 10.
No.
That's exactly what I said.
No.
Matt,
That's exactly what I said.
Hold on. I can answer that. Because Matt, even if you did say that, you were getting mad. You were getting mad at Young for like, the idea.
No, Josh.
I promise you, I was not mad. I promise you, I was not mad.
Hold on. I didn't say he could never be top 10. That's not what I'm saying. Even Max, it's the principle. You can't have. It is the principle. No. You cannot say off of 2 games, oh, if Jayden Daniels is going to be an MVP in the next few, and then get mad when Young try to project Caleb Williams. You're both projecting.
No. I wasn't mad at him projecting Caleb Williams. I was never mad at that.
So what was your issue with me saying
Young saying he is a top 10 quarterback right now? Isn't that what he was saying? I didn't thought he was projecting.
Yeah. Nigel, that's what I'm saying. You were saying, Young, Caleb is top 10 right now before he played a snap. That was all I had.
That's a projection.
So time out.
No, Josh, he wasn't saying it was a projection. He was saying right now.
I understand that. But you just said before Jayden Daniels has ever taken a snap, you think he could be an MVP candidate.
I think I'm projecting. You said he is. That's definitive.
But you're missing the principle of it. Both of us are making statements based off of no NFL tape. That's the logical flaw of it. You can't get mad at me for doing something. You're legitimately doing the same thing. Just because it's different MVP versus ranking now, you're still projecting.
No. I would be projecting. You were saying something definitive.
Okay, so I'm gonna get to it too. I'm saying Caleb Williams is top 10 right now because of his skills. Why would Jayden Daniels be an MVP candidate?
I think Jayden Daniels, his progression, his trajectory, if he's going to progress as a passer, going to progress as a processor.
So his skills. So what his skills can be.
His skills, yes, of course. But the thing is now, I'm more comfortable saying it now because I've seen it translate.
You've seen, okay, time out.
Wait a minute.
Because Maddie, I see your point of view saying him being definitive and you talking about him boy or whatever, right? But the thing is, Maddie, right? That's why I said personally. I still would have been still going against you on this if you said this 2 weeks ago, right? When after you played those 2 games.
Yeah, that's fine. I still believed it 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
But my thing is, you waited until he had 2 amazing games. And
phenomenal games, right? You wait till he had 2 phenomenal
I
games.
said this a year ago.
Hold on. I don't know that. I didn't know you.
Logistics. Don't know that. I don't know that.
So look,
I wasn't here, but I said
time out though. But look, two games and then one average game and then one below average game, right? And those 4 games, right? And hit him up. I was against him on that too. But look, in those 4 games, you are now saying he could potentially be an MVP candidate within the next 4 years. Which in that statement, in that regard, isn't. I just don't. I like those statements because you could say that about anyone. Because my point is, you're doing this over a 4-game span. Like I can go say Marvin Harrison could be Offensive Player of the Year in the next 4 years. And what would you say? You wouldn't agree. You probably agree because what you just said.
So just
I mean, yeah. If you're projecting, you can do that. That's not out of the equation. That's not out of the equation.
Okay, so hold on. So Matt, let me ask you this. So you agreed in that and if the next couple of years, Malik Neighbors can be an 1,800-yard receiver, then, right?
Yeah, of course.
You do?
That's why, Maddie.
I mean, he can.
I don't want you to go. Bump all that. Maddie, I just don't want you to go down this route because regardless if it is a projection or not, I'd rather you base your projections off of me personally. This is me just talking to you right now. I'd rather you base your projections off of like a substantial amount of things that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You've seen about 16 games, 15 games, whatever, right? Or even 10, right? And I feel like you would have more validity and more basis on your ground argument.
Yeah, I think
you can do it the same way you're doing it right now and not change. I just won't agree with you until later.
But see, that's JJ.
That's fine.
That is the fundamental flaw of the argument. If you either care about sample size or you don't, that's the thing I'm saying. I do not care about sample size to make my statements. Where do you draw the line? 2 games?
Yeah, no, like I said, in the chat kind of pointed out.
That's different.
I think when you say
an assessment,
when Maddie's saying when he's saying can be, it's not. That's that. Like I said, my whole thing was it's not about Young. It's not about because you said he is, and even then I combat you against that too. And that's because, like we said, I mean, if you want to have him like that, if you want to do that, that's fine.
Isn't making me move either.
Yeah, exactly. You haven't dropped his rankings in your opinion. That's fine. That's what I'm saying. You've held true to that. And all I'm saying is, so what Maddie's saying is still going by what he believes. But I just feel like because what he said is he needs to see. All he said is that I need to see them play a real NFL game, right?
So why didn't he say this legitimately after the first week? He's been up here 4 weeks. Because it's not this is
just
not
now. He just told me 2 weeks ago he believed.
I've been saying this. I've been saying this for a while. But again, Young, you know that I like seeing more NFL experience, which is why I waited to see it.
So how can you, again? This is what I'm. How can you?
This is nothing new for me. For me, this is just me repeating what I'm
doing.
I understand. Look, saying that somebody is good and calling them potentially winning an MVP after 4 games. Do you know the guys that we've
not after 4 games?
No. It's after 2 games to clarify.
Okay, 2 games. There's only a few guys in the league history. It was Mahomes is one guy. Where I was like,
I promise you, it's not because of 2 games. Again, I would have said this before he played a snap.
Man, Ryan Willis could be Offensive Player of the Year in about 8 years.
No, I'm saying you're waiting. Hey, it would be. This is why I'm be cool with. I won't even say nothing.
But
if I won't even say nothing. If this was the end of the year. Like this is why I've always been a kid. Because this is just me in general. It'll be different. Matt was saying it's the end of the year, but when I get to week 4, you know how many players.
That's
why I was saying this.
You know how many players rookies done had good games for 4 games? Or 2 games? You know how many players?
Wait, if you're saying that week 4 last year, who do you think Jayden Daniels is as a prospect though? Like as an overall prospect?
I thought he was the 3rd best. I thought he was the 3rd best, but I did think he had
in chat.
What do you think about Drake? Drake made
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like Jay just said on Jay just said on his chat. He said he's waiting for production. I think that's what I'm saying. A 4-game sample. I mean, by technicality, you know, we're not gonna get to that. But
it's not the 4-game sample that I'm using though. It's not a 2-game.
I have a question. What you seen from Jayden Daniels? Was he doing this in college?
Yes. Yes.
That last year, I saw a couple of this stuff. Yeah.
Throw him in the
Even 2022, low key. But anyway.
But this is what I don't understand. Like, why could you not just say this legitimately week one when we talked about all the rookies were on here? We literally said every rookie was trash week one. You did not say, I still think Jayden Daniels can be MVP candidate. No, you didn't say that.
That is literally
you're right. You're right.
That's a fair grade.
Why did you not say that? Because guess what? I said
because he was in his debut. That was his debut game, and he still wasn't bad in that game.
It doesn't matter.
He was bad. He didn't play good.
Why does the debut matter?
It's fine. Play good. That's the logistics of it.
But Caleb Williams, I admitted he did not play well. But I still said he is still a top 10 guy. Because again, one game is not going to make me change my thing. 4 games is not going to make me change it. But
that's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not changing my opinion based off of 2 games, the 4 games. It's been like this, and that's like I don't understand.
For me, it's hard to believe that when we talk about.
But why restate it now?
It's on my TikTok. I can pull up the
receipts. I'm not no bullshit.
Matt, there's a common correlation. You restated it now as soon as he just came off a great game, a great 2-game stretch. Okay, but week 1 you didn't restate.
Yeah. And you know, if he plays bad next week, if he throws 0 completions, I would say the exact same thing next week.
Yeah, I wouldn't want you to change your stance, especially since you've already done it. I'm just saying, he can, but like he's just gonna have.
No, I haven't done it for a year.
He's gonna have to see otherwise. He's gonna have to see otherwise. Look, all I'm saying for me, right, Matt, like I said, this is what I said. Go back to what I said before. You can go and still do it the way you're doing it right now. I'm just saying, for me, that I don't think. Especially because, like I said, you're talking about projecting him to be an MVP candidate within the next 4 years, right? And fine, yes, that's true. I just feel like in a general sense, I wouldn't do that based off of if anybody in the next 4 games. I didn't do that with CJ Stroud last year. I still didn't even do that later in the year. You know what I'm saying? He was still balling, right? I say he had a great season. I just believe for me, I want to see substantial. There's a 17-game season. I'm not gonna go after 4 games and say that my boy Marv or Malik is about to be OPOI, even though they can be. I'm just not gonna sit here and say within the next 4 years, oh yeah, they definitely can win it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what you're saying is true.
I'm not saying that what you're saying is true. Is gonna win it.
No, they definitely can win it. That's what I said.
Okay, I have a question.
What you're saying, Maddie, what you're saying is true, but I just feel like I feel like you should have a little bit more stuff behind it, so that way. A little bit more of a sample behind it, so that way you can really.
Chat saying we gaslighting him. Chat saying we gaslighting him. We jumping for no reason. I don't know how. My main thing is that I don't think 4 games is enough to you to just predict it. I don't. That's why I'm arguing this shit in the first place.
What happens if Jayden Daniels?
I'm not using 4 games.
Wait, can I ask something?
No. I heard. So wait, what did you say? You're basing this off of more than 4 games. So that's like before he even got in the league. You were saying that, right?
Yes. Before he got in the league. Before he was drafted, I would have said.
But you got mad at Young.
Like I think Jayden Daniels is a guy that as a rookie you could plug into any team and he will show some sort of promise and he will end up developing no matter what.
Do you think Caleb Williams can win MVP in the next 4 years?
Yeah, sure, he can.
Do you think Drake May can win MVP in the next 4 years?
Next year.
Sure.
Do you think Bo Nix can win MVP in the next 4 years?
Yeah.
No.
Why not?
Because he sucks.
Okay, bro.
Because he sucks.
Hold on. Just break it down. Just break down the layers.
This is what I'm trying to understand. You can make assumptions off of somebody who's played 4 average games in Caleb, 2 bad games with Jayden, 2 good games, none for Drake May, and you say, and he can be garbage. And then Bo Nix has played 4 games, and you're saying,
I have a very hard time believing Drake May is going to be garbage.
But do you understand I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying. These are 4 separate instances, 4 separate developments, 4 separate things of how they're producing. But you're being so definitive on these things.
I'm not saying it's definitive. I'm just saying that Jayden Daniels is going to be in
these. Legitimately, I just said, can Bo Nix win an MVP? You said no.
Yes. Yeah, I feel like we all agree on that, right? Like nobody thinks.
No, I'm not. So if Bo Nix were to go a Drew Brees route and throw for 5K under Sean Payton, he can't win MVP.
then I would be wrong. I would be wrong, and that's fine.
This is my point. This is the point. There's no.
I would be wrong if Bo Nix is able to prove me wrong. But what Bo Nix has shown me shows me nothing. That like the difference is Jayden Daniels, young. Jayden Daniels, Drake May, Caleb Williams. Those guys at the collegiate level all showed you something.
KD hasn't shown enough to say he's an MVP.
What has Drake May shown you in the NFL to make you think he's an MVP player?
Jayden Daniels hasn't shown enough to where he's saying he could be an MVP.
No. I'm not saying that Drake May is going to. I'm saying that he's that caliber of a player.
Bro, has Jayden Daniels showed enough to where he could be an MVP?
Right now?
Has he shown enough?
To be an MVP right now in year one?
No, in the future, you know what? Has he shown enough?
Yes, he has.
Off 2 games, he showed enough.
4. Off 4 games.
2! It's really 2.
4!
The first 2 games was not good, gang.
When we talked about
as a rusher, yes, he was good.
We talked about all the quarterbacks in the first week, and we all said it was trash. No way, you ain't
because truthfully,
I didn't say he was trash. I did not say Jayden Daniels was trash.
Combat it. When I said he wasn't good when I was at the game, and he was only good on the ground, you didn't combat it.
Because all he's talking about.
Yes, because that's true. Because that was true.
You don't win an MVP for just being good on the ground.
No. You understand that in the Bengals game,
unless you're running back,
Jayden Daniels was throwing to the right side of the field that entire time that game.
Yeah, that was his first good game.
No. But listen to what I'm getting at. In the Buccaneers game and in the Giants game, he was throwing the ball He was throwing the ball left, middle, right. The Bengals game, it was like 85% on the right side of the field. He's showing me.
He's still playing good.
Okay, but he's showing you something, and that's my point. I didn't say he's winning an MVP this year. I'm saying he's winning an MVP in the next 3.
Hey, hold on. Just because you showed me something, okay, he's throwing the ball over the field, that don't make him good. He wasn't good the first game. Don't bring it up.
No. I'm not saying that he was good for that game. No, yes, in totality, he wasn't good for a rookie. I'm not saying that he was good. I'm saying that we're going to look back at that game in 4 or 3 years, and we're going to say this was a big part of Jayden Daniels' progression as a processor, a big part of his progression in terms of his accuracy, because these are the learning curves for Jayden Daniels, and that's why I didn't overreact to all these rookies sucking in week 1, and that's why I didn't disagree, because none of them really look good. I was just like, hey, you're showing me something.
I just think if you're going to say 4 games of what you need to see, you're literally just basing it off of stats that you need. That's cool. I'm fine with it. But if you're going to
stats, no, I don't do stats.
If you're going to say that, then it's a skill set.
What the fuck is it not stats?
I don't care about stats.
So how are you going to win MVP?
Okay, to credit to
wait. Yeah. I'm gonna walk that back. For the MVP, you need to have stats. So yeah.
Okay, so to make a statement like that, you're going off of stats.
I mean, he needs them.
Which is why you waited. Yeah, sure. 2 weeks after his great 2 weeks.
No, if Jayden Daniels had Caleb Williams' production right now, but he was playing the same way, I would still say the same thing.
Yeah, so if you're gonna wipe out stats, it's skill set.
Bro,
yes.
MVP
is just based off of skill set.
I'm not mad at him talking about the MVP.
Point was based off of it's mostly based off of what he's seen in college, like as prospects. So like, I don't. That's basically his base. Why he thinks that he can become an MVP.
I don't understand what was wrong with me saying he's top 10 based off of skill sets in college.
Because you didn't see it yet in the NFL. I was listen, young. When I was saying in the offseason that Jayden Daniels can be an MVP candidate in the next 3 to 4 years, that was based off of projections. I could have been completely wrong about that, and I still might be. We don't know yet. But when you were saying
you can still be completely wrong about this, what you've seen in 4 games, because it's only 4 games.
You're right. And young, you're right. I'm just saying this a lot earlier, so y'all can come back and say, hey, you were either completely wrong or completely right. But young, my problem is what you were saying about Caleb. What you were saying was a definitive. You were saying he's top 10 right now before we played a snap. I wasn't saying that about
after I said that, I asked everybody up here, give me the top 10 guys and tell me if you think Dak's better, what does he do better than Caleb?
He plays an NFL snap.
But that's not skill set. That has nothing to do with your skill set. And
that's my point.
When my argument was based on his skill set, I asked people to tell me, What does these top 10 guys are better than Caleb? Nobody told me. Nobody could tell me. It was all, he hasn't played a snap. He hasn't played a snap.
Matt respond. Matt respond, then we can move on.
We'll just move on.
No, Gabe, it's not nasty. I'm not saying it's nasty. I'm just saying
my main thing
logistics of it is flawed. That's it.
I don't think zero games can prove something. I don't think 4 games can. That's my main. I think you like you.
And I'm okay with that. I'm completely fine.
Okay, so JJ, I'm gonna start with you. We was talking about quarterbacks. It's ironic because we're about to go to talk about the Bears and Caleb. It's kind of funny when Caleb actually has a good game. I don't get no ads, no messages, but it's all noted. So, Caleb had a good game. DeAndre Swift actually looked like a running back. He balled out. So, are the Bears finally coming into their own as a team and possibly turn into a threat?
Damn. Who the Bears just played, bro? Why am
They
I
played
The
Rams.
Rams.
Well, I was looking that up right
Caleb
now.
had a good game.
I don't like the Rams, D.
Yes,
he had it right now.
He missed it. He missed DJ.
I don't know if I'll say good. I'm
not gonna speak too much on this.
He played
for real. The Bears, like I said, they just have to keep working together. Swift looked a lot better, but like I said, I don't like the Rams defense anyway. So like I don't know how much we're really gonna gas up a game where you're playing against a bad defense in this league right now. So I think
people doing it with Jay Daniels.
I mean, but you already saw what I was saying. I mean, at the end of the day, the same thing with Josh Allen.
That's a little drag, Trent. That's dragging.
And regardless, I mean, if we compare Daniel's game to Caleb,
it's a drag.
If we compare Daniel's games to Caleb game, right? I mean, let's be real.
Yeah, of course he's playing. Yeah, he's playing clearly.
Both against bad defenses, and he still was balling even higher on a higher scale than. Look, like I said, personally, I'm not gonna really speak too much on the game because I need to see Caleb go and be who a lot of people are saying he's gonna be. Even though, in my opinion, I told you he could end up as a top 15 guy to start end this year, maybe at the back like the very bottom of the top 11. You know what I'm saying? And so
that makes Caleb not play average. I think it's line crazy.
But look, let's go.
Matt, go ahead.
Yeah.
Question real quick.
No, go ahead.
Say if you win the MVP, what MVP has won the MVP that's not a top 5 quarterback in the league?
Oh, that has won the MVP.
Rich Gannon.
So 2000.
He was top 5.
I mean, he probably was.
So do you understand?
Yeah,
do you understand when you say I think Jayden Daniels can win the MVP? What you're really saying is he can be top 5.
Oh yeah, that's in.
I mean,
so
yeah, I would say Hurts. Wait,
but JJ, saying
Hurts was.
Daniels,
Would you say Hurts was a top 5 QB when he was about to do it?
That's what people were saying.
I mean, that's what people like the consensus wise. People were saying. But
Okay. Well, there's just like that every year. Like people were saying Brock Purdy could win the MVP last year. He wasn't even top 10. So
was he not in the race? I thought he was a finalist.
This is the thing. The guys who win the MVP are top 5 guys. Is that not so saying Jayden Daniels can be in the future a top 5 quarterback with Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Caleb Williams,
Caleb and Drake, who you said was better.
Nico coming through.
Y'all
are saying that, but me saying Caleb is top 10 was crazy. Like that's what I don't understand.
So are you saying that? Wait, but time out.
You were saying that Caleb was top 10 because of what you saw from Caleb against the Pac-12.
We can finish this right here. Young question. Young question. When you say he was saying to when you because you can clear this up all right now and just keep it pushing. When you called him top 10, right? And you said, "Oh yeah, he's top 10." Blah blah blah. Was that still a projection in your eyes, or were you literally saying he's top 10?
I just think there weren't 10 guys who had a better skill set at quarterback than Caleb.
But
I've always been a skill set guy.
But were you projecting him to be a top 10 quarterback? Or are you saying he literally definitively?
I thought Caleb walking into the NFL as a generational talent with his skill set was a top 10 quarterback.
I mean, then
here's why I say it too. Because Patrick Mahomes, when we saw him play after one season, where did people rank him?
Who's the best?
Patrick Mahomes. That's not fair. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm just gonna be real.
We're talking skill set though.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm just gonna be real. People didn't even think Patrick Mahomes was gonna be a top 10 QB.
Hey, look, Young, we might have to talk about this another day.
Yeah,
Bro, he threw for 5K, Young.
Yeah, look, he threw for a little.
So, no, but see, that's my whole point, though. It has nothing to do with the stats that makes Patrick Mahomes great. And now, if it does for you, that's not why I think you.
Bro, you threw for 5K after not playing your whole rookie season. I'm sorry. Look, we know he's immensely talented and all this other stuff, but I promise you, Mahomes would have been. No, that's not the point. That's not the point. That's not the point. I swear that's not the point. I swear that's not the point. I promise you, Young, just peek this real quick. I promise you. If he didn't go step out and throw for 5K basically his surrogate rookie year, I promise you, if he threw for 4,000 like CJ Stroud did, he would have been not in that. He wouldn't have been top 5. He would probably be like number 8, based off of how people view it.
But this is
skill set. You're right.
Have thrown for 5K. What made the 5K special?
Mahomes, bro, yo, we're not doing this, Young. Come on.
No, truthfully, what it is when you saw all the splash plays with Mahomes, you saw the craziness about it.
Young. Look, we might have to just redo the combo. We can talk about this combo next week and see how this should go. But as of right now, we still got to talk about this and keep it pushing, bro. But so what's his name? Who was it on? It was on what, Nigel? About the
Them boys didn't even win a playoff game, bro. That's crazy.
What's that? Do you think the Bears are starting to put it together, though, Nigel?
I think offensively, yeah, they definitely showed signs. I think what JJ said was true. Yeah, it is the Rams defense. Like the Rams defense really is like one of the worst, like a bottom tier defense. The O-line looked better. Swift, like you said, Trent looked like an actual NFL running back. So yeah, this is definitely by far like overall their best game is at offense. With a growing quarterback. I mean, they do have a new OC, like Shane Waldron. He hasn't been there, so like kind of like what we've been saying with a lot of these teams. There's going to be a lot of growing pains. So, but this was their first good game, and I think further down the line we can actually see this more consistently. So I'd say yeah.
Do right.
I think they're starting to come around, but at the same time, as week by week go by, I'm not in on this guy saying Shane Waldron at all.
That's fair.
I think after this year, they're going to be looking at a real coaching change, bringing a different offensive mind. I think that's what's going to benefit this team in the future. But it is coming along, though. Obviously, Caleb's got better week by week, so that's a good thing to take note of.
Oh, I think Donnie. I know Donnie just been chilling.
I just kind of let y'all rant about Jayden Daniels. So yeah, I didn't have much to say. He shot on my team last week. What was the question again? I can't even lie. I forgot. Caleb. Oh, the Bears. Oh yeah. Yeah, because I didn't want to talk about them, so I'm glad we got to them. The Bears definitely. This was Caleb's best game by far. If you broke down the all 22, which I don't know if everyone here has, I wanted to just because I knew it was his best game statistically. So I was like, okay, let's see what the film says. Definitely his best game by far. Most comfortable, most poised. Thought he was smart with the ball, all that stuff. But my main takeaway is actually not even the game. It's, the question is, are the Bears really going to start bouncing back? Dude, look at their schedule. Look at the next 4 games they play. Panthers, Jaguars, Commanders defense, and the Cardinals defense. Realistically, if he's as good as Giannis saying, he should have light up all 3 of them.
That's Yams, Greens,
he genuinely should. Those are all, I could very well argue, bottom 5 defenses in the league. All of them. So I think if there is a time for the Bears to kind of bounce back, get into that playoff hunt, it's now. Because after that, things are going to get a little bit trickier because you're going to get into division play. You're going to get in division play with the Packers and the Vikings and the Lions. Pretty sure you play the Niners sometime this year as well. You play Seattle also. This is where it matters the most because if you can get these wins, you can get – what are they right now, 2-2? They're 2-2 right now, right?
2-2. Yep.
2-2. If you can get out there and go 6-2, win 5 games in a row, that would be huge for you guys. So, yeah, I think it's I don't want to say it's now or never for the Bears, but this is the easiest your schedule is going to be. Get out there and get it done. And if you do, you're 6-2, things are going to look good.
All right, bet. And then last one we do before we head out. What's your game? What's his name? Where the fuck did Doc go? Shit, crazy. Where the fuck did Doc go? It should just disappear.
Also, I just want to throw this. I want to throw this out real quick. Jayden did have 2 back-to-back great games. They were against some really bad pass rushes, though.
I'm not hearing that. I'm not hearing that from you, Jackson Dart.
You say that.
Jackson Dart.
I'm just saying.
I'm not hearing that.
Jayden's been great, man. Jayden's been
Genty.
My only
Ashton
worry.
Genty, Mac West schedule.
My only worry at the Commanders. That's my only worry. That's all I'm worried about.
What's his name? So yeah, I'm gonna start with you before we head out. We ain't gonna do the game prediction things. I gotta dip out soon. So Young talking about the Chiefs game. You know, Rashee Rice is looking like he might have tore his ACL. Chiefs got out that game. Do you see a world where the Chiefs might be first round exits?
I mean, to be honest, I'm not gonna bet against Patrick Mahomes because he's elite. I mean, perfect situation in a sense. You have an elite play caller, Andy Reid. You have an elite defense behind you. I mean, what more can you ask for? And you're an elite player. So it's possible just because, again, any given Sunday, one bad game. I mean, you saw him have a terrorist game versus the Bengals, and that cost him that Super Bowl, in my opinion. Like, one bad game can make you lose. I just don't think Mahomes is gonna let himself do that again. So I don't see a real world where it happens. But it's possible if he just goes on that second half Bengals is the only way.
Nigel?
Is there a world where their first round? I agree. I don't see a world where their first round exits because one, they're probably going to win the division. Like they're going to win the division. So they'll get a home playoff game. I mean, I just don't. First round against probably a weaker playoff team, but still a playoff team. Like Young said, he could have a Bengals second half, but that was like an anomaly among anomalies.
Yeah.
Like I just don't see that happening really at all. So no, first round exits, no. But I think it'll be tougher to get to the Super Bowl, especially if they don't get away with some of the stuff that they have been over the first 4 weeks. Because I mean, they had 3 games that were really 4 games to be honest that were in the balance. And they
I'm gonna say all 4 games were one 4 games.
Yeah. So I mean, Trent, you just said they probably should have lost to the Falcons. They should have lost to the Bengals too. They were very close. Yeah, they were very close to losing to the Bengals. So hopefully Mahomes stops trolling because Mahomes really has not played that well so far this year. But it's Mahomes, and I just don't think like in the playoffs he's gonna. Yeah, I think he has another level for the playoffs. So I'm gonna say no.
Matt,
gonna be first round exits.
I don't see that as a possibility. They're at least making it to the AFC Championship, even though as of right now, like it doesn't look good. They're 4-0, but all of their games have been close. Like it's a weak excuse, but it's the Chiefs. Like with the Chiefs at this point, I kind of just give them my Mike Tomlin reasoning. It's Mike Tomlin. He's not going to have a losing record. When it comes to the Chiefs, it's it doesn't look good. Rashee Rice might be done for the year. Travis Kelce looks fried, but it's the Chiefs.
Durag?
Yeah. Okay. When it comes to this Chiefs team, the lowest I see them when it comes to standings wise is the 2 seed in the AFC. If that. So I think either they get the first round bye off just automatic, or you get the 2 seed and you got to play the 7 seed in the AFC. And the way the AFC is looking, that's gonna be a weak team. I just don't see them losing the first round. It's going like Young said, it's really going to be Mahomes against the Bengals second half, just straight bogus. Like he got to be on bogus timing. And their problems with Rashee Rice, I mean, yeah, he's hurt, but I think they're gonna fix that at the deadline. I think they're gonna trade for a receiver to help boost the offense up even more. And when it comes to Kelce, I think when it comes to playoff time, I think Kelce gonna ramp his play up. I think he's just laying low for now. But I think we might start seeing his production go up because he knows the receiving core did take a dip with Rashee Rice going down.
I bet. We're gonna talk about this last game before we head out. I guess my boy wants the floor. Falcons beat the Saints. Talk your shit then, bro.
Hey man, what I tell y'all, boy. I told y'all already what it was, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not gonna tell us. You're not gonna tell me at least. We was gonna lose to y'all quote unquote best offense. Y'all MVP candidate.
Y'all mans. You know what I'm saying? The one that y'all be with. You feel me? The God card, where was he at? Where was he at? Oh, and by the way, yeah, we not moved by that old fart Taysom Hill, bro. Like he came in the league at 27 years old, bro. So I'm not moved by him. You feel me? Alvin Kamara, he thought he had one. He finally got his little touchdown. We still beat him. Okay, so go ahead and shh. We're gonna show up. We're gonna show up with our offense. You know, this Thursday when we pull up on the Bucks, and it is what it is. Y'all not telling me no more about these Saints, bro. These Aints. I already told y'all. Already told y'all what it was.
Yeah,
you know, Falcons. Rise up. You feel me?
So Chad, when he's right next to me and we win the game, he's gonna be sad as hell. He's not gonna be sad.
I need the instant reaction to whoever loses the game. I need the instant reaction.
And by the way, Younghoe too. He's a top 3 kicker. Like y'all gotta just understand that already.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. It's lucky we late. Man, I got a dip. Yeah, like
you're not telling me there's 3 kickers better.
No, I'm not even that, bro. Niggas
talking about Kyle Pitts.
Like, okay, like he got 3 targets, 0 catches, 0 yards. Okay.
Like literally he got targeted 3 times and had 0 catches. I don't know what y'all want to do, bro. Like you guys just gonna have to wait until he can get the rock. Like he gonna have to be able to get the rock, bro. What else is there?
That's gonna do it.
Watch the games.
That's gonna do it for today's show. Appreciate everybody that came out.
Haters.
Almost had 100 people in the chat. We're going crazy. We about to be at 2K soon. Probably by around playoffs. Keep subbing, keep liking, subbing, playbacks, YouTubes, IGs, Twitters, all types of shit. We're going crazy this year. Like I keep saying, make sure y'all tap in tomorrow. I'm probably gonna be screaming in the hotel because I'm going to be telling you, even though Ashton Gentry is a dog.
Oh, that's gonna get nasty. That's gonna get nasty.
He has no case for the Heisman winner, and I stand on it. He has 0 case to win the Heisman. I stand on it wholeheartedly. I stand on it because we're gonna talk about it tomorrow. We got to talk about the Bama UGA game. That shit was crazy. Miro was going crazy. Ryan Williams was going crazy. Make sure y'all take for the college football show tomorrow. Really make sure, especially if y'all want to get into college football. I know a lot of y'all like him from college football. I'm telling y'all, college football is fucking lit. Make sure y'all tap in with us tomorrow. And yeah, man, JJ, you got any one thing about what want to say before we head up? And
hey, man, blame Trent for the.
Like I said, the vlog might be on the way. I'm about to charge my mics right now. I'm about to head to the 80 tomorrow, and then Thursday night football we in Atlanta. About to whoop their ass.
Hey, what's the bet? Y'all got a bet going?
Nah, hell no. I'm not betting on that. Fuck no. Fuck.
He knows because he knows. He knows. Anyways, hey, blame Trent for the Twitter spaces. You know what I'm saying? Hey, keep pulling up, man. I love the fact that y'all was even still interacting, combating, even with all the points that we made today, bro. Keep it going. Keep sharing the pod. Keep doing it all, bro. Because we love having y'all here, and we just love keep talking ball with y'all, bro. So come on, let's keep running it up, man. Come on, man.
Facts. Yeah, Gabe, I'm definitely still in college right now. For sure.
We skipped class.
Yo, chill.
Go Foods. Go Foods, even though we suck right now. But we're gonna catch y'all. We're gonna catch y'all later, bro. JJ.